it safe. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Labor Day weekend's about making the most of just one more summer weekend. And Tractor Supply's got you covered with $100 off select grills, up to $200 off gun safes, $100 off select chicken coops, and up to 20% off aluminum truck boxes. Whatever's on your Labor Day list, now's a great time to check it off. Shop your local Tractor Supply store or online through September 7th. Tractor Supply, for life out here.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's happening for the Make This the Summer Sales event.
Right now, you can save up to $19,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs. That means you can not only take home one of America's favorite trucks while saving thousands, you also get the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. And we have new Rams starting as low as $35,995.
Wow, that's the biggest savings of the year, and I've not seen a warranty like that on a truck in a really long time.
That's why Ram is one of America's favorite trucks. Plus, with over 600 Rams available, your new Ram is waiting at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$19,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 Crew Cabs after dealer discount and factory incentive. Incentives may include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade. $500 military or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. At least 5 this net savings. $35,995 price for 2026 Ram 1500 tradesman. VIN number 421999. Excludes tax, title, and license fees. See dealer for details.
KHDK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader.
This is the Drive, baby!
The Drive Guys. Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles. It's drive time with the Drive Guys.
Oh, no Alan Stiles today. He's on part 2 of his paternity leave. It's really like a deferred leave, right, Jay? Because he deferred it. Because he had part of it, and then, I think he saw what Ohtani and all the Dodgers are doing. Then he actually got part of his paternity leave deferred.
I was just going to say, he's taking a page out of the Dodgers book.
Yes. So it's Jay and myself for a couple weeks, I think. Alan will be back, if I'm not mistaken, the Monday after the first Sunday of NFL games. So we got a little pizza left in the box before then, hopefully. And I just heard from Alan. Hopefully he's going to enjoy his time with his family. And we're certainly going to have fun here. Although, Jay, today we obviously have to deal with something that is not a lot of fun, something that we didn't anticipate having to deal with. We have an official statement now from the 49ers on the Jed York being arrested on suspicion of engaging in prostitution. The 49ers official statement today, quote, "As this is a legal matter which has been resolved, we will not be providing any further comment at this time," end quote. So it's not much, but it is an official statement from the 49ers. As you know, York ultimately pleaded no contest to disorderly conduct and possession of criminal tools. A lot of confusion over that. And the disorderly conduct charge initially was a charge of engaging in prostitution. How much of, at the very least, oh, come on, is this for the 49ers as they get ready to start the season here pretty soon?
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Bad look.
Yeah, I'd say this, Whitey. Over the last, 4 years, am I counting right? Bosa, Debo,
Ayuk, yeah.
So someone before that, am I missing someone? They got Taylor done pretty quick for it. So I'd say the last 4 years, including this one, McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Right, McCaffrey. So 5. We're pushing up on 5 here, right? It's been a mess. It has been a mess leading into the season. The team has been resilient, but there definitely comes a point in time where you just can't keep overcoming some of the shortcomings of what's going on. And I know some of it's got to be contractual. You know, Ayuk is I don't even know what you want to call that. That's a situational. You know,
he by the way has already commented on.
Yeah,
this.
quick, fast, and hurry. You know, he was going to take every shot he could. And you know, hey, listen, people been taking shots at him.
Yeah,
you know how it is when you have an opportunity to do so. You take the shot back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just another cog in the 49ers, situational ships that they've been having over the last handful of years. And it doesn't surprise me, man. It truly does.
Yeah. On some level, you just would hope that the powers that be realize you just have to be better than that. The NFL said in a statement that the league is aware of the matter, which will be reviewed under the personal conduct policy. By the way, I wanted to address this question, although I think it's been pretty much covered by now, the whole issue of possession of criminal tools.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people saw that. I was like, what? Does that mean he had, a gun or something? And it has to do with an Ohio statute. If you have anything that you use while you're carrying out what is considered a criminal act, be it a phone or a car, that tool is in a criminal tool. It's not, you have a tool that is a criminal tool. It's like the tool that you had became a criminal tool when you used it to engage in this activity. So that's all that means.
So it doesn't necessarily mean any dangerous weapon, as you said.
Right.
It's not a knife. It's not a blade. It's not a gun.
Right.
Not an ice pick.
Right.
It could be a telephone. Could be a brush. Could be a shirt, which is crazy. But, some of our laws are little zany sometimes.
I don't think we have that here, and I don't think it's a federal statute, but it's an Ohio thing, so that's another reason why for a lot of us is like, wait, what? Ooh, that sounds bad. Nah, not really. Via the California Post, court documents reveal that Jed York had responded to an ad on a known prostitution website in Columbiana County, Ohio, and arranged to have sexual activity with a female in exchange for $140. It's
There's plenty of jokes to be made there.
Thank you. Thank you. It's hard not to make them, but that's not really appropriate right now, at least for us.
Yes. Right,
yeah.
Right.
It's just a way of kind of dealing with it too. It's like, oh, really? So
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different angles you can attack this. You can speak about it. You can break it down. You can discuss it. You can observe from afar. The fact of it is when it's really all said and done, personally, that's something Jed York, him, his family, and his confidants are going to have to, I would imagine lawyers and everything else at this point, he's going to have to go through. I don't know how much it affects the 49ers team. I don't even know if anyone up there cares. I'm pretty sure they're cracking jokes this morning, though.
Well, I bet you that they may still be having meetings, the powers that be there 49er-wise, and they're trying to figure out what's the best way we can deal with this. And maybe they have somebody who came in right away and said, this is what we're doing. You do this, you plead no contest, and you just lay low for a while, and eventually it's going to go away. No contest is really interesting to me. I did a little research. Why does someone plead no contest? Basically, that says, and I apologize to anyone who knows this, I didn't know it. It means I'm not going to fight the charges, but at the same time, I'm not admitting guilt.
Right.
So that way, and then they go, okay, and then they go ahead as if the person is guilty, but they haven't admitted guilt, which is beneficial, especially down the road in case of potential civil action. It's like if someone wants to sue you for something, it's like, I never said I was guilty. Yeah. Also, if the case is really, one that you feel like you can't win, you just go, all right, I concede, but I'm still not saying I did it. So, some tactical advantages to pleading no contest.
Yeah, and a lot of times, just in layman terms, man, just in my experiences of people, friends and family and things like that who've had to go through the system, a lot of times when you plead, no contest, there's a kind of a stair step. You plead guilty. A lot of times they give you a little lesser slap on the wrist because it's like, oh, you're apologizing.
You're giving us something, we give you something. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No contest is kind of in the middle, compared to not guilty. And if you're found guilty, then they kind of put the little smacking on you a little more. Those are the odds, the percentages that normally happen, at least in my experiences. So, it's going to be interesting when it comes to the players and how they move and groove because you know what's going to happen, right? The Grant Cohns of the world, somebody's going to ask a question, and they're going to have to beat around the bush. These are the things that Grant Cohn and Brandon Ayuk and outsiders and Allen.
It's fair, though, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that's the thing is.
Whomever.
And that's the point is you're going to have to answer these questions. You jump on a podcast, somebody's going to ask you, man, what's up with your owner?
Especially when you have the first game of the year.
Definitely. In Australia.
Yeah.
Are you to be trusted over there? And we know how difficult Australia is to, get a visa and come in. They don't play around. Just happened to one of the boxers here that I was following last couple of months. And they were like, no. And he didn't even he had something, I don't want to say minor because you don't know you never know how much is going to play out. But it wasn't something as society looks as major. They still wouldn't let him come in the country. So it happens.
Sorry, I needed a moment. I just thought of a down under joke. But anyway, not doing it.
No,
doing it.
Whitey, I'm refraining.
Not, gonna try to blame it on the power station or anything like that.
Sir.
Or, just any of that. Any of that.
Tippy toeing, just a little tippy toe.
The one thing I'll tell you honestly that really caught my eye was that he was taken into custody after a law enforcement agent from the Mahoning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force determined that York had in his possession his cellular device, which was used to arrange the criminal act. So, anytime you're talking about human trafficking, it's like, oh, wow. That's where it gets obviously way beyond anything silly and beyond seriousness of it. So, I will anxiously await the 49ers, how they decide to respond to this. I would have to think their statement today is an indication that in the short term and for probably as long as they're able to, they're just going to we told you know what happened. We're good. We're not responding. We're not taking any questions on it.
Well, it's interesting for me in this form. This is the highest of the highest that you can be when it comes to the 49ers organization. You're the owner. You married into the family. You took over as sole owner, 6 years ago, so 2020. So there's no one higher than you. I mean, what you gonna do? Relieve your own self? No, probably not. Especially, why would I give you something on the basis that I'm pleading no contest?
Right.
But my question becomes, how do the players react to it? And and honestly, do they even care?
Yeah, they may not.
Yeah.
And I'm sure look, guys, we have a game coming up in a couple weeks. You got any questions, let us know, but it doesn't affect what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah. But does Jed York have to, negotiate with the league? Does he have to say, look, is it better if I step aside and, if I say I'm going to undergo counseling, does that help? Or, the league at the very least, I think would have to suspend him for at least a brief period. I mean, don't they have to do something?
What happened with Irsay? I meant to look that up a little
Kraft?
bit. No,
Irsay?
No, what Irsay? Didn't he have a DUI before he passed?
I don't want to say if I'm not exactly sure, but that tracks.
Let's see here. Hold on. Let's triple check. He was arrested for driving under the influence in 2014. He pleaded to misdemeanor. He pleaded guilty. He received 6 years of probation. He was suspended by the NFL for 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go right there. Let's look up Kraft real fast. Because honestly, when you really sit down and think about it, Whitey, I think the league is going to have to do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
because
what does it truly affect?
Well, I think that's a great question, and to me, it's just all about any league, and they're trying to appear as if they care. They're trying to appear to fans and also to sponsors that, look, we're morally grounded people. I can't say for certain that they don't care, but I think a lot of it is about, it's from a business standpoint. It's like you have to show that we are a family-friendly business. We care about this type of thing. So I think that's honestly the main benefit. As far as how does a league benefit if they suspend the guy or not? They don't, but it's all about, appearances, which are important to the Shield.
We were having the conversation last week when it comes to the NBA and, of course, the LA Clippers situation and Kawhi Leonard, what's going on there. And I think we've all kind of come into, maybe an agreement in the fact that the NBA is going to probably tap the bottom of the of the Clippers, and maybe even Kawhi. That's kind of the way I see this. I don't really know what's the max, as you said, when it comes to the look, the feel. We know the NFL, as you said, they want to have the observation of fans are like, oh yeah, we're family friendly, and we're on.
You're
the up
shocked,
and up.
oh, we're shocked too. We're going to do something about it.
So I could definitely see something happening, especially after the case plays out. I was looking to see what Kraft
is not. He
had the charges dropped.
Roger Goodell has not imposed any discipline on Robert Kraft because the league's personal conduct investigation was halted when Florida prosecutors dropped a misdemeanor charge against him.
Yeah, and Kraft pled not guilty.
I think that's applicable here because one of the things I've noticed in all my years, 500, 600 years, whatever it is, covering sports, there was a time when owners tended to act a little more, the commissioners acted a little more independently of the owners. And the commissioners would come in and go, look, I got to take care of the game here. Now, more than ever, the commissioners work for the owners. So when it's time to discipline an owner, which we're seeing now in the case of Ballmer, the commissioners are like, well, what do you want me to do? So that could come into play here too, depending on, 49ers legally, how do they pursue this? Do they try to, get the charges dropped or something? That'll go a long ways towards dictating what the organization, what the league are going to do. Bottom line is, they got a football game this week from the football player standpoint.
Yeah.
Not this week, but coming up.
Coming up, right.
Yeah.
You have to keep marching forward.
Yeah. They do have a game this week, but it's preseason.
Preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you put it on the pads, no matter what, you have to keep marching forward. The organizational, hierarchy and how it's played out, that's to be seen down the future when it comes to, York and the ownership group and how they approach that when it comes to legal issues. But as far as on the football side, I just think we're at the point where, it's almost non-effective, but if it starts to bleed into the locker room, then you have a conversation. There's a lot of wily veterans in there with the 49ers. Again, when we go back to contractual situations that they've had over the last 4 or 5 years, on top of the Ayuk situation, I'm not exactly sure that they're brand new to outside endeavors affecting what's going on. So I don't really expect anything to happen on the football side, but I'm very interested to see what the league does. I mean, I'll go out on a limb right now and say Jed York would probably be the owner after when it's all said and done.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, unless the NFL finds something over the top, then we're having a different conversation. Just from the reports that we're getting at the moment, I feel pretty good in stating that I think Jed York will be the owner when it's all said and done.
And by the way, there's only 2 jokes about the substation in the chat, but they're both from the same person.
Hey, that's cool.
So
do it for us.
Showing restraint.
Yeah, do it for us, man.
Even if the league came in and said, we're suspending Jed York for the season, I don't know that they will, but something like that. It's a bad look, but it doesn't really impact your football operations.
It shouldn't.
Right.
It shouldn't, unless it's weak. It's ready to crumble anyway. We've seen, and I'm really trying to take the Kraft situation didn't affect the Patriots at all.
Right.
I don't remember Jim Irsay affecting the Colts. Now, I'm not saying the Colts were on the highest level at the time at 2014, but they were pretty good.
But they do have to do something.
Of course.
Because again, and I know we talk about this a lot. It's like anytime somebody, whoever it is in sports, and they're accused of doing something, wait, we don't know what they did and you don't know the circumstances. But in a case like this, when you're talking about ownership and league and they're selling us things, then the implication to me as part of that agreement is we are selling you things because, and you can trust us because we're solid. We're solid citizens. Well, wait, if you're going to sell me something now and then I'm finding out something like this, I feel like, all right, you owe me something. That's just the way I look at it.
I got you. Mm-hmm. I would say has the reality set in with fans that understand that this is a money business. I'd be very interested to hear a lot of fans' reaction in that 916-339-1140. Do you? Because, I mean, when you really think about this, Whitey, all NFL organizations have had some downfalls, pitfalls, black eyes, so to say, right?
Humans tend to do that, don't
very
we?
true,
yeah.
right? Because we're imperfect.
Yeah. To
the best of my knowledge, I would imagine most fans look at it and say, well, that's more on a personal level. And of course, it depends on what it is. We've seen players do horrific things. Do you remove your fandom from that team because of one player or because of one owner? I would say sometimes yes, right? The John Fisher situation, albeit it's not illegal, some of the things that he's doing, just the way that he runs it and the way he's operated has caused people like myself to kind of turn a blind eye to that organization. It's not the players' fault, as we've said on this show plenty of times. Feel bad for the players. You always reiterate that when it comes to the A's and them playing at Sutter.
Oh, yeah.
And the way they're going about it and just the position that the players, the coaches, and as you say, the baseball operation people have been put in. Now, outside of that, you kind of look at it from a different standpoint, but you also understand that it is business. This is big business. So I always question the fact of how much personal versus how much of my fandom versus how much I'm trying to mix all this into the pot and say, well, I'm going to kind of stay away from that because of that person's personal issues.
Yeah. I think to me, Jay, you're leading us logically to the Deshaun Watson conversation.
Yes.
Which is a situation going on now where he said he was getting booed and he said he didn't think it was cool. He was getting booed and he came out today and said, I didn't mean to go after the fans. And he seems to think that it's personal and fans are booing him because of his performance. And, there's lots of reasons why people could be booing him.
Yeah.
And he's been named the starter. And Dan Orlovsky went off. I don't know if you saw this.
I didn't.
Orlovsky went off on ESPN today, went off on the whole thing and said, I can't believe that he is their starter. And he said Browns fans should not go to the games. See that on ESPN?
That's the question.
Yeah.
I think that's what I say. Does one person versus an organizational issue affect your fandom?
Mm-hmm.
Can you withstand a star quarterback and his actions off the field? Can that cause you to say, you know what, I think I'm out? Because the organization standing behind that individual, allowing them to continue to play, be a part of that team, lead their team as a quarterback, does that make you say, yeah, I'm clocking out on this?
I also think, Jay, as far as the 49ers go, if we're being, totally above board here, I think it's worse for them because, let's face it, they kind of hold themselves I'm not saying they hold themselves to a higher standard, but they appear to be sometimes like, we're better than you. Yeah. It's like, well, no, you're not. And that kind of flies in the face of that, which is, it's obviously going to be embarrassing to any organization, but especially embarrassing to an organization that kind of holds itself in that regard.
Perception is reality.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And there are some, just like we talk about blue bloods in college, there's definitely some blue bloods in the NFL. The Cowboys, the Packers, the Steelers, the 49ers, so on and so forth. They definitely are viewed as a cut above the rest.
Yeah.
If you're talking about organizational value, that's the reason why the Cowboys are at the height. That's why the 49ers were up there. That's why you see the Dodgers compared to, there's no disrespect. And I hate that when I say no disrespect, but here comes the disrespect, right?
Disrespect.
No disrespect, but to the Titans or the Jags, they're probably not held at a high value as close to the Cowboys for a good reason.
Right.
So I'm with you. I get it. And these are the things, these are the lumps that you have to take as far as your fandom when it comes to your team or anyone on your team, having these issues.
Yeah, I agree with Rajiv here in the chat. He says it's an embarrassing look for the fan base at the moment, but unless something really, really terrible comes out of it, it'll pass. And it probably will. There's always going to be the jokes.
For sure.
4 years from now, there will be the jokes anytime somebody says something about Jed York, but it's going to pass.
No doubt. No doubt.
The league still has to do something.
Yeah, he and his family in the league, they're going to have to figure out, what happens here and down the road. As a fan, and I guess this was part of the question that I'm asking, Whitey, is as a fan, I could really care less about his personal life. But as a fan, now to any fan that's out there of the 49ers, I can understand you now questioning your fandom for that team, that organization, because of what the owner may stand for. And we don't know, how it's going to play out in court. And that's the question. I mean, I'm good with that. But if we're sitting here talking about as a fan, I'm embarrassed. Like, not to be, I guess not empathetic or whatever, but why would I care about what's going on with my owner personally?
Yeah, maybe you wouldn't. It's an individual thing. To me, it is.
Sure.
It is. To me, it's embarrassing. It's like, how could you,
As a fan?
Yeah.
So you're embarrassed for Jed York or you're embarrassed for the 49ers?
I think it's embarrassing for the owner, and some of that reflects on the organization, but more and I think you could even say, well, man, this guy, you count on him to make important decisions. How did he make such a bad decision? I do think it's embarrassing.
As a fan.
Yeah, yeah.
Got you.
And bottom line, ultimately, you move on, but it's going to be a little while. It's going to leave a little bit of a mark, depending on now the league has to decide, well, do we want to draw this out? Or do we want to have people waiting for our decision on this? Or do we want to just get in there and get it over with? And, they're figuring all that out against the backdrop of that first game of the year.
Yeah. Well,
do you want Jed York there, or not? Seriously.
Right. Scooty, we would say how it's going to play out in court. The case is already closed, pled no kind. Yeah, but it's still not done. If you think it's done, man, you're not familiar with the system, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it could. The 49ers could do something, but he's right. I mean, it pretty much looks right now like it's open and shut.
Black and white is done, but you still have to do some things to make sure it's tight. How about that? Should say that. Yeah. And then you start to get it to the court of the league too, right? So that it's never done, man, until it's done. Let's just say that. It's just beginning. How about that?
Surprise, surprise, huh? Surprise, surprise.
Scoop also said, who really cares about the Jed York thing? Laugh out loud. I don't know. I know I don't. He didn't assault anyone. Leave him alone. So, like I said, I think there's a percentage of fans who are going to be like, I don't know if I could really rock with a team or an organization because of the way my owner or ownership group is maneuvering and acting. But I would venture to say it's probably going to be a higher percentage.
I get that.
Of people who are going to be like, man, this doesn't affect me.
That obviously is 100% valid. Of course, you don't need me to say that, but there's still, all right, well, how does the league can't take that approach, so what are they going to do?
Right.
And how is that going to look? That, to me, is the next Nike to drop on this.
Is it a Nike?
What else is there now?
Plenty. New Balances is hot in baseball right now. I mean, they're everywhere.
What's the hottest football cleat?
Probably the Dion's right now.
All right.
Nike DT Air Max. Yeah, I mean, for the last couple of years, people have been trying to get their hands, and now you see them in all kind of different colors. And, Prime is hot right now.
Yeah. But Shador's not the starter.
No, he's not, man.
Yeah.
He's not.
All right, more on all that. Thank you for your participation. Appreciate it. And I know Jay wants to get back to the Kings as soon as possible here. We have now from ESPN their forecast for the upcoming NBA season? A little premature, isn't it? We'll see what they think of your Kings next. Sactown Sports.
SactownSports.com is your online home for sports in Sacramento. Dive deep into the Kings, 49ers, Raiders, Giants, Athletics, and more with your favorite local personalities and some of the most trusted sports voices in the community. Stream Sactown Sports 1140. Watch original video content and read in-depth analysis all in one location. SactownSports.com. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Save big on Toyota's 21 hybrid and electrified models. Score deals on the 50 mpg Corolla Hybrid and 51 mpg Camry. Get 1.99% APR on the all-electric 2026 CHR. Or get 0% APR plus $500 finance cash on that fully electric 2026 BZ and the BZ Woodland. Toyota's national sales event is on now. Stop by your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Not be combined with other offers. Ends 8/31/26.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through HagenOaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Today we tip our wrench to Rock Auto customer Jeremy.
I've been a RockAuto.com customer for over 15 years, and now even my kids order their parts there. Prices are always far lower than the local auto parts store. Selection is massive, and the site makes it unbelievably easy to find exactly what we need. Every order shows up fast, and the quality is always top tier. RockAuto.com has earned my trust for life, and I highly recommend them.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe, plus free delivery on any mattress. Ends Monday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Download the app and listen to The Drive Guys.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
On Sactown Sports 1140.
Alan Stiles is on the deferred portion of his paternity leave, so he's going to be away for a bit. We look forward to his return. We're just watching, or I'm watching anyway, in here, baseball here, the Little League World Series. Japan is playing Czechia. And speaking of Japan, Jay, over the weekend, I was in the Bay Area, and Shinya had one of her cousins from Japan visiting, and he brought a couple of his friends, and they're like college-age kids. And they didn't all speak great English, and one of the kids, they couldn't believe all the food, and they just enjoyed all the food. But one poor kid, he had the cheese, and I guess he'd never had it, and he actually ate some of the wax. They covered the cheese.
Ah.
He didn't know.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Oh, that's okay. It's all right. Yeah, that's okay. You didn't know. You can spit it out, which he didn't, so I think he ate it.
Okay. Was he feeling okay, though?
I think so.
Okay. Well,
Mm-hmm.
Keep marching, baby.
That's right.
Onward and upward.
That's how you learn.
That's it.
We should have explained that. But there's a kid on a Japanese Little League team named Yunosuke Yabe, and he went yard in the first inning, Jay. Boom! Big left-handed hitter. Yeah. And I saw something that, this may make me a jerk, but I can't help it. They show the replay, and he's rounding second, come around third base, and, of course, he slaps hands with the third base coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he slaps hands with the third baseman on the Chechia team.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't having that, Jay.
You don't like that, huh?
No, I honestly don't.
Ah.
If that, I'm sorry if that makes me a bad guy. I'm not saying you got to scowl at him, but hey, good hit. No.
You don't do all the handshaking and the high
Before
fives,
the game,
huh?
after the game.
Okay.
Not between the lines.
I understand where you're coming from.
Yardbird on me. How's my pitcher going to feel if I'm like, hey, good hit. Wow, you mashed it. Honestly, I don't like that.
I got you. But look, I'm not here to argue that either. I'm probably more in your boat. I think we're rowing the same way. But I do think there are a few different instances where you can say, if somebody go 4 for 4, 3 bombs and a triple, you got at least
say. Maybe he goes by, and you go,
hey, say
nice
what's happening.
Game. Yeah, put your hat down.
Tip it.
Hey,
okay.
Like, hey, in the first inning.
But you ain't slapping fingerprints.
I don't want my players doing that.
Okay, but what if you're one of the players? What if you're on third base?
Then I'll watch them go around, and I'm like, let's get the next guy out.
Gotcha.
I might not say guy, but
you.
Hey, okay, good. But we're competing, Jay. That's part of what you're learning. We're competing with them. We shake hands. We play hard. We try to beat them. Game's over. We shake hands again.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm just trying to play a little devil's advocate for the people out there who's all about the participation ribbon. And, we're teaching sportsmanship, Mr. Gleason. And sportsmanship can be carried within the lines, too. Now, me and you, please, man. I might not even shake your hand after the game.
I know. We've talked about
please,
that.
Man. I've been plenty of instances where people didn't want to shake my hand.
Mm-hmm.
But you could chew on that a little bit. So, I'm good with either one. I'm more in your boat in the fact of I'm cool. Hey, man, salute.
If a guy gets hurt or something, like, hey, you help him up. Hey, I want to help you. But when he just goes yardbird on me, boom, and it was a big shot,
on
Jay.
your teammate,
bam,
your brethren.
Yeah. Oh, good one. No.
So what if you're the
Tommy,
pitcher?
we don't do that, Tommy.
So what if you're the pitcher and you see that? Then what are you doing?
I'm probably going talking to my teammate.
As soon as you hit the dugout, we need a conversation.
We're gonna have words. Yeah. I was gonna say talk to the skip, but no, you talk. I'm talking to the third baseman.
And then if you're the skip, what are you doing when they come in?
If I'm the skip, I'm telling the pitcher, I got this.
I got you.
I feel you. I got this.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, that's great that you're in the spirit of competition and you're a good sport, but we're not happy he did that. We're trying to win the game.
We're not celebrating.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's okay.
Definitely okay.
Yeah. They shouldn't be cheering for us if we hit one over the fence either, Tommy. That's an important lesson for the young third baseman from Chechia. That's part of it. It should be a learning experience.
At this age, yes.
Yeah.
Sure. And
next thing you know, the guy in Japan hits a home run and the Chechen third baseman's throwing his hat in the air. Oh, yay, wow, good one. Not on my watch.
Not on your watch. Coach Gleason ain't having it.
No.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Believe me. I'm in the same boat as you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, somebody hits a bomb, he's throwing his hat in the air.
Yeah. Woo! Doing backflips. And I'm not just saying that because I'm looking for something to talk about on the radio. When I saw that, Jay, I was like, oh, no.
It offended you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Here's something to talk about on the radio. ESPN has come out, for some reason, they've come out now with their season projections for the NBA season. West standings projection. The contenders. San Antonio, OKC, Denver, Houston, Minnesota. They've got them as the contenders, the 5 contenders in the West. The play-in group. Lakers 6, Blazers 7. You had something on the Blazers you saw today, huh?
Yeah, well, I don't know if we want to peel the curtain back, but the Kings are doing the Rick Adelman and so are the Blazers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. 8, Phoenix Suns. 9, Warriors. 10, Jazz, which means you know where the Kings are. Bottom 5, 11, Clippers. 12, Mavericks. 13, Grizz. 14, Pelicans. 15, Kings.
Got us dead last?
19 and 63.
Oh, that's ugly. Was this a panel?
I believe it is.
Okay.
Tim McMahon wrote about the projected bottom dwellers. Grizzlies and Kings are relying heavily on rookie lottery picks. Both franchises anticipate growing pains after committing to building around young cores. That's where the Kings are right now. It's not so much people writing about them say, yeah, they're not very good. It's more like just accepted. Like, yeah, that's what they are right now. That's where they are. They're just not very good.
I could take that, though. I prefer hey, listen, they're building on some things that they believe may work compared to, they're just bottom dwellers.
Mm-hmm.
I can take that. I can accept that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've put yourself in that situation. Sometimes you got to look yourself in the mirror and understand your direction, right? And what you are guilty of, talking about Jed York. So I think it comes to the point of, if it's me, I'm good with the way Tim, and it was Tim McMahon who wrote that personally.
He wrote that, but you're
paragraph.
right. It's NBA Insiders did the whole, put the whole piece together.
Yeah, shouts out to Tim, I guess, softening the blow for us compared to, this team is trash and they ain't going to win nothing and they're going in the wrong direction. Because normally, I feel like that's what we hear. When we hear, observations and breakdowns of the Sacramento Kings, it's this team has no hope. They're not going anywhere. Next 5 years, all you can do is pray, wish, and hope. And when it's all said and done, they got the best fans in the league. And, oh, man, the G1C is beautiful. Like, that's all we normally hear.
19 and 63, though. That would mean all those people that all assumed, 21 and a half, I got that. Easy.
Well, only Smiling was, only Smiling and a handful of other people were probably riding with that.
Actually, I remember that. You and I both, when it came out, you and I both said, everyone else was over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember you and I were like, if I wouldn't do anything if I didn't have to.
No. Sometimes you just don't play the board. You don't have to participate in everything, Whitey. Sometimes you can observe. So if for me, it's right on the border. And that's the one thing about Vegas. They do a great job of setting that over-under line right where it needs to be.
Right in that sweet spot.
They are.
How do they do it?
They do a very good job. I have no clue.
Well, how they do it is it's all rigged. How do they do it? It's all fixed. It's all rigged.
Well,
I'm kidding.
You said it.
Yeah, we're joking. Here's a question of the day today. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Of course, you can call about anything, but here's our proposed question of the day. Which ex-King is most likely to win a ring first?
Okay.
I have them ranked this way. Fox/Barnes, because they're both on the same team. I have Davion second.
Miami.
Herter. Yeah, if I spent more time on it, I might move that around. DeRozan, Halliburton, and then Schroeder, Keon, and maybe even Mias Queta, who we kind of forget about him. By the way, Bill Simmons. I don't watch his podcast much. I see clips, and I know it's phenomenally successful. I'm not saying I have anything against it. Just honestly, I don't dedicate a lot of time to watching it, but I see the clips. And he apparently now has come all the way back around, for what that's worth, on the Jaylen Brown trade. He's a big Boston guy. And he's like, this is the worst thing ever. And I was like, I'm on board now with the Paul George trade. So that's interesting.
Well, sometimes when you have a little time to convince your own self, you're going to, especially when you're a fan of the team.
Fan's going to fan.
Yeah, come on now, baby. It don't matter what level you are. You still a fan. So doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me, especially a Celtic fan.
Yeah.
When have Celtic fans ever done wrong? When have the Celtics ever done wrong to a Celtics fan? Even when they weren't winning, it's they're doing a little building. They're trying to make some moves. We got some OG veterans. Whoa, Paul Pierce has been fantastic. You can always convince yourself as a fan that your team is, for the most part, on the up and up, looking up.
Here are the East projections real quickly here from ESPN's Insiders. 1 Knicks, 2 Detroit, 3 Cleveland, 4 Philly, 5 they have Boston. They have the play-in group: Atlanta, Miami, Toronto, Indiana, Orlando. The bottom 5, sorry, Jay, Charlotte, Washington, Chicago, Milwaukee, and Brooklyn. Luckily, the Kings, if this is accurate, will not have the worst record in the league because they have Brooklyn at 18-64.
Ooh, that's ugly. And for the record, I no longer like Charlotte as an NBA pass a league pass team anymore. LaMelo's gone side. They're dead to me.
He was kind of the whole deal for you,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
it's over with. And I mean, I can't really jump on Minnesota's bandwagon, so I'm done. Good riddance.
Good for you.
Yes, sir.
Good for you.
Yeah.
The Nuggets convinced DeMar he'll be a good fit in Denver. Are they? Right. We'll look at that when we come back to Sactown Sports.
Football is back.
This is Sactown, baby!
And Sactown Sports 1140 is your home for primetime NFL games this season.
This is Kevin Harlan of Westwood One. Catch all the NFL primetime action.
Catch Monday, Thursday, and Sunday night football, international games, the NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl right here on Sactown Sports all season long. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
This summer, there are 250 reasons to join T-Mobile.
Girls trip? Booked. And switching to T-Mobile helped make it happen.
With Experience Beyond, switch and get $100 back. Plus, $650 in value in built-in plan benefits. That's $750 in your first year, guaranteed.
And honestly, that $100 back, I'm putting it towards the zip line.
Now that's how you do summer.
Exactly. Best switch I ever made.
This is just one reason to join T-Mobile this summer. There are 250 reasons. Find yours.
Savings based on the value of benefits included with Experience Beyond, like entertainment and 1 year of AAA Classic and Dash Pass on us. Benefits may require activation. See plan for details. Get $100 via virtual prepaid MasterCard with eligible ported, no cash access, and expires in 6 months. Issued by Sunrise Banks, N.A. member FDIC. Allow 8 weeks.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time. Like on Wash and Wax, you can get 3 Meguiar's products for just $20. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Woodland. What's happening for the Make This the Summer sales event?
Right now you can save up to $19,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cabs. You also get the 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Search, select, and save through our whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. 19,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 1500 crew cab after dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives may include 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance with eligible trade. 500 military first responder bonus cash for eligible members. At least 5 of this net savings. Excludes tax, title, and license fees. See dealer for details.
If you have unpaid tax debt to the IRS that you can't pay, please hear this special notice. Specially approved IRS relief programs designed to aid delinquent taxpayers are now in effect that can significantly improve your financial situation. Depending on your circumstances, you may qualify to have your tax problem resolved in your favor and may even have your back taxes reduced by thousands or eliminated entirely. A relief hotline has been established by Community Tax for you to call and see if you qualify at 800-224-4083. If you owe the IRS back taxes that you can't afford to pay, don't let the IRS trick you into thinking you have no way out. Our highly accredited tax professionals will let you know what you qualify for and how much you can save save. We may be able to stop all liens, garnishments, levies, and save you thousands. Call and see if you qualify for this taxpayer relief at 800-224-4083. 800-224-4083. That's 800-224-4083.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Exercise and golf have been two important activities in my life. I opened Golf Fitness Solutions in 2013 to help my fellow golf enthusiasts improve their posture, relieve their pain, gain strength and endurance, and most importantly, hit the ball farther. From beginners to professionals, I've had success working with all ages and all skill levels, and I can help you too. Located in Carmichael, call us at 916-802-5175 or go to golffitnesssolutions.com.
Third baseman slapped his hand good one, guy. And I'm telling you, if I'm the manager of Chechnya, I'm telling, I don't know, he's probably Carl with a K, Karel, Carl. I'm telling Carl, you chart pitches next game. You're going to be cheering the other team like that. That's great.
He's on the book?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know how to keep book?
I don't. I never done that. Scorekeeping, I know, but charting pitches, I actually don't know what they do.
Yeah, charting pitches, I've never done. I never learned how to do scorebook until I got to college, my freshman year, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you're not playing. Go ahead and keep this book, fella. Mm-hmm. That was the first time I had ever learned how to keep a scorebook. I was like, man, this is not.
I'm going to game tonight.
Birds.
I might
keeping
be keeping
score.
Score. I don't know.
You got paperwork? You got your book?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I like to get the souvenir scorecard.
Oh, okay.
But my daughter Lonnie is going tonight. We're going to watch Ryan Kreidler playing against the A's. And in fact, Mark Kreidler is going to join us top of the hour. Mark Kreidler spent a lot of time coaching youth baseball. So I'm going to ask him what he thinks. If that guy should be benched for high-fiving the guy on the other team.
Sharp pitches, baby.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Or just, you know what, stay home. Just stay home next game.
Hey.
Yeah.
Got to stay at the hotel?
Yeah.
It's a long way to come and stay.
And think about it.
Okay.
Think about which team you want to win the game, Carl.
He can at least be up there with the fans or something?
He can after, it was one game. And that might be it. You're right. If we lose that game or we lose this game, we might be going home back to Chechnya as it is. But I'll see what Mark Kreidler thinks of that. But anyway, yeah, my mom taught me how to keep score, and I taught my daughter. So sometimes when I go to the game with Lonnie, who loves baseball, we keep score. So we'll see.
Really?
Yeah, we'll see.
I've never seen an affinity for that.
Yeah, I know. You definitely draw a lot of attention if you're keeping score of the game. People are like, ooh, OG. Seriously, because people just don't do it.
Yeah, no, they
have
don't.
better things to do.
Yeah, I mean, be on their phones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The worst is when and then you do this, and then you realize, man, I just missed 2 batters. I have no idea.
You would have got a snow cone, baby.
Yeah.
Would have got the frozen lemonade.
I wasn't paying attention. Here I'm trying to say, well, you got to really pay attention. So anyway, I have been paying attention to this course. We've all been paying attention to the saga of DeMar DeRozan. He has agreed to sign with the Nuggets. 1 year, $3.9 million deal. I mentioned this because I think this is really interesting. DeMar landed on the Nuggets after he talked to Miami, Washington, and New Orleans. And according to Shams, the Nuggets front office and coaches made a strong recruitment effort in recent weeks to get DeRozan on board. They showed him how he would complement Jokic and Jamal Murray as an additional playmaker. And then he gives the Nuggets a veteran backcourt presence after sending Peyton Watson to Cleveland. So that's just interesting to me that Denver had to get in there and go, look, DeMar, this is what you do and this is what we need, and it's going to be a seamless fit. I think they're going to probably struggle a little bit defensively, but he is an underrated playmaker. I had no idea he was as good of a passer as he was until he came here. It's like, oh, my goodness. That's tough for Denver. They're trying to save money. They lose some good players, but I'll be really interested to see if DeMar can't make another run at the postseason, maybe deep in the postseason here before he says, okay, I've had enough.
Well, I think he's definitely going to help the Nuggets. For me, DeMar helps anybody in the NBA. He's just a heck of a ball player, especially on the offensive side. Defensively, yeah. I mean, you shoot by Murray, you get through Jokic, you got
he's
DeMar.
37.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's still an asset.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Hence why Denver was trying to recruit him or did recruit him. Defensively, they're in trouble, though. We talked about their bench last week. I just don't see it with them. It's in that ESPN article that you read before we went to break, they had them as one of the 5 contenders in the NBA, which I found a little interesting.
Yeah, they have them at 51-31, third in the West.
Wow, that's interesting. I think outside looking in right now, they'd be a little lower for me. Defensively, I don't really see what's going on. They're going to struggle, especially if he is a starter. And I would imagine even closing out the games, he's probably going to be one of the guys that's on the court too. So if you put Murray, him, and Jokic, 3 out of the 5, you already have a problem. Now it depends on what Cam Johnson, hopefully he's healthy, and Aaron Gordon at the same time. Aaron Gordon's a pretty good defender, especially at the rim. Cam Johnson, I know, you're a fan.
I am a fan.
Yeah, I don't really know what he brings to the table too much defensively.
Lockdown defensively.
I figured you were going to say that.
He's not as good as he was,
Used
but
to
he
be.
can guard either forward position, just not as well as he used to.
I figured you were going to go that way, hence why I was beating around the bush to kind of set you up a little bit. And so, going to be interesting. They definitely got some talent. Anytime you got Jokic and, when Murray's cooking, it's hard to beat him.
Yeah. Cam, I think, in some ways is like their Keegan. And I know Cam's older, but for them to really be as good as they want to be, they'd need Cam to get back to what he was, with Phoenix.
And what was
the
that?
Nets. I mean, he was a good scorer. With the Nets especially, he shot the 3-ball really well, and he scored because on that team, they didn't really have a lot of other scores. But for both of them, it's about defending at a high level and making threes.
Yeah, got to hit the shot, right? Especially from behind the arc.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be good. I have them penciled in the playoffs. I'm not sure if I have them 3. The other part about that, too, is I was sitting there listening, man, the West is, I guess, as tough as we believe the West is going to be. They may have a lot of teams and here we go with the Whitey phrase, a jumbo bucket.
Yeah.
They probably have a lot of teams that look the same, maybe not the highest top end, I won't say talent, but maybe the highest top end, when it comes to championship aspirations. Like there's probably 1 or 2 of the teams, but at this very moment, do you consider Minnesota a championship contender?
I don't, but obviously, they made a bold move, so I could see how it could work. I don't think it will, but to your point, to me, there's a thicket of teams, maybe a notch below Minnesota, that are either younger teams that the rebuild hasn't quite caught yet, or older teams like the Warriors being a classic example.
Yeah.
In a way, even though the Warriors are declining and Utah is rising, they're kind of in that same thicket of teams. Like, I'm not sure how good they are right now.
Jumbo bucket, exactly. The Spurs, the Thunder, are you adding Denver on that level? Or both of those teams kind of separated themselves?
Yeah, honestly, they just have contenders. I would have a pretty big gap between Spurs and Thunder and then whoever else, whether that's Houston or Denver or Minnesota.
I think those 3 are kind of in the same spot for me. So, the 2 are the outliers. Then you have those 3 teams, and you can throw another one in there if you feel like it. And then after that, it's kind of the next wave of teams, which is the Lakers,
maybe Portland,
depending on what,
maybe Phoenix.
Maybe Phoenix. Yeah, who knows what you're getting with those guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out. But for me, it's Spurs, OKC. Has the East surpassed the West when it comes to championship contending teams on paper?
I think that's going to depend on, Cleveland and Detroit, and they don't even have Miami a top 5 team. But I'm not sure how good Detroit looked like kind of a paper tiger last year.
I agree.
Big record. They got in the playoffs like, they're not that good.
Yeah, but you know how it goes. You got to learn, right? You got to you have to walk the plank. When the Pirate puts you out there on the plank, you got to walk it to see if you can stand it. So that was really kind of their first year at being at the top. So now we'll see how it plays out their third year because they made the playoffs the year before, right? Or play in, I'm thinking. So we'll see how it plays. We'll see how it plays out.
What do you know? This is not pleasant. I mean, we make jokes about it, but when they would have people walk the plank, you just walk into the ocean, they sail off without you? Is that all?
To the best of my knowledge, I mean, even a couple of my pirate partners.
Yeah. Why don't they just throw you over and walk the plank?
Because that's no good. It's no good.
Uh-huh.
Because this is the thing. Part of it is you walking to your death.
What if I say I ain't walking the plank?
Then we just shoot you.
Okay. And in the movies, there's like a bunch of sharks waiting.
Right. Always. There's always three sharks
At least
swimming around, just waiting for you, your chum. But yeah, I don't know if if that's the pirate feeling of we feel a little bit better that we don't have to take care of you
Right.
versus
you're the one that walked off the
plank.
plank.
Right,
Nobody made you.
It's not on my conscience.
All right.
And then the other part is I wonder what was the percentages of people who had to walk the plank versus having your hands free versus your hands being tied, because depending on the movie or so you watch, sometimes it's tied. Yeah. Sometimes it's like, no, go ahead.
You're not going to tie my hands. I'm going to swim around, tread water. Somebody's coming eventually.
In the middle of the ocean, baby.
Yeah, maybe.
No life.
Maybe. You know who's coming to rescue us is Mark Kreidler. He joins us next with his son Ryan in town to play against the A's tonight. Mark Kreidler next, Sactown Sports.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Sactown, High Flyer here. Something big is coming. DraftKings Games Day arrives a massive deal, exclusive deals, and all-day celebration built for fans in sports. The countdown has begun. All roads are leading to game day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states, from California to Florida. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, new era, and big day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate new DraftKings customers. Sign up with code Sactown. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That code, once again, Sactown, in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offers by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Tradings involve risk of loss, market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expires in 1 year. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
High voltage live boxing action returns to the venue with Thunder Showdown number 5 on Saturday, September 5th. Uppercut Promotions lists 10 scheduled fights as a stacked lineup of pros presents a night of exhilarating boxing action you won't want to miss. You'll see some of Northern California's best pros, like undefeated fighters Kyle Lacanlale and Sergio Gonzalez, Sacramento heavyweight Blake McKernan, and much more. Don't miss Thunder Showdown number 5, Saturday, September 5th, coming to the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Fight card subject to change.
The groundbreaking advanced FUE treatment from Advanced Hair is finally here in Sacramento and the Bay Area. Some of you might have a receding hairline or thinning, or if you're lucky, a bald spot. Thankfully, you no longer have to travel far to get the very best in hair restoration. Advanced Hair has decades of experience using breakthrough technology that regrows your own natural hair, even in the places where it's disappeared for years. It's a simple one-day treatment, and your new hair, it begins regrowing the very next day. And the best part, it's guaranteed to grow for life. In celebration of Advanced Hair's grand opening in Sacramento and the Bay Area, get special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Schedule your free consultation to find out if you qualify. 916-314-HAIR. The best team in technology in hair restoration are finally here. 916-314-HAIR, or become inspired with before and afters at advancedhair.com.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
Live and local, it's The Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Well, we have a very special guest joining us. He's been on the show before, but it's been a while. Writer, podcaster, former Baseball Hall of Fame voter, former KHTK show host. His current Substack blog is called The Dope, and he's written 3 books, the wrestling one, the surfing one, and the other one.
What's the wrestling one called, Whitey?
The wrestling one is called That's Wrestling.
That's right.
Mark Kreidler with us. Did I get that title right, Mark Kreidler?
So close. Actually, closer than you've been in a few years. So you're getting there, and that's exciting. We're going to do this for a few more years, right?
Yeah. That was the first one, and then there's Little Gloves, Big Hearts, a story of Little League champions, and then Surf's Up, Bro, I think is the surfing one.
We retitled that one I'm Drowning.
Okay, all right.
It was not as successful as you might imagine.
Well, he, all kidding aside, has written 3 like real legitimate books. You've probably seen them in stores. And Mark, we appreciate your time. I know you're busy. First things first. I know with Ryan in town tonight, it's a big night, but I got to ask you, we're watching the Little League World Series, and you know better than anybody that, I like to joke about this or that. But I'm serious. A kid on Japan, it's a home run in the first inning. He's rounding third, and the third baseman on Czechia, gives him a high five. Cried, you coach youth baseball. We can't have that, can we, during the game?
I mean, you don't want to cause an international scene, but probably the third sacker's going to have to come off the field. That's the time when the Little League coach mutes his mic, because you know how much those guys love to go out to the mound because they know they're mic'd up. Yeah. They go out to the mound and they just say, "Hey, I just want to come out here and tell you, you're the best kid in the world." You're like, I get it. You're on TV.
Yeah.
Chechen coach probably walking out there saying, "Kill the mic."
Right.
We're gonna have a little chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. No high fiving.
Yeah.
I like that. I'm with you.
He knows. He coached a lot of games.
Hey, I'm just listen. All I'm saying is we're different times, different society. Mark, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Seriously, those kids. They high five each other all the time. I actually think it's cool. All kidding aside, it's actually cool. Like, come on, you just did something on the closest thing most of them will ever come to a world stage.
Mm-hmm.
Take a high five from a kid. And by the way, the third baseman got in the video. I mean, he's no dummy.
Mm-hmm.
He's in there now.
Yeah. Well, I would say with that attitude, your players will never go anywhere. But here we are tonight getting ready to watch. And I'll be out there, and my family, Sheena and Lonnie, be out there. We're watching your son, Ryan, as his Twins take on the A's tonight. I know this is, he's been in the majors a while now, but can you share with us what this is like for him to be coming home as a major leaguer and playing in front of the home crowd?
Well, it's a little weird, actually. I think you have to go back to when Sutter Health Park was Raley Field, and when the Savages owned the AAA franchise. Great owning family, Whitey, as you know. And I think part of it is just they started this tradition a long time ago that I'm sure thrives today. I don't know for a fact, but Ryan's team and teams before him for years were granted use of what was then Rayleigh Field. When the River Cats weren't in town, the high school teams would square off. Every high school, I think, in the area got at least one game at Rayleigh each year. Usually no more than one, now that I think about it. It was exactly one. but is an amazing, cool thing. And Ryan was fortunate to be on the varsity, as a younger, he was on varsity starting in 9th grade. So he's already played at Rayleigh or at Sutter Health a number of times. So I can't wait to see what his impressions are of seeing it tricked out for Major League Baseball. I asked, it's just coincidental all this, but I did a Q&A with Sactown magazine with Dusty Baker. And I asked him the same thing. I'm like, what's that field like? Because he's there during River Cats, home series plenty, but he's also there for Major League games. And his immediate answer was, all I can tell you is the grounds crew's unreal. They keep that field playable through 2 full seasons all summer long in the Sacramento Valley. You got to be kidding me. So I'm fired up to go see what it looks like.
It's interesting you say that, Mark, because I was going to ask you about, your perception versus your son's perception of how this thing may all play out and how it looks tonight. Now, you're coming there as a father compared to, at the same time, a fan as well. Just your perception of looking at it from, the standpoint of a fan with Major League Baseball here in Sacramento, even though you used to, obviously, AAA ball. And then your perception of, are you going to ask Ryan about it, too?
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to find out from Ryan sort of what the facilities are actually like versus what we're told they're like. I'm sure it doesn't quite line up, but you got to understand the Major League players are used to, it's not homogenous. We were just with Ryan in San Diego this weekend at Petco Park. So that facility is going to be, radically different from this experience. This experience to me, I think, Alan, is more like, and I don't mean this in a demeaning, but this is more like a novelty. Like, all right, all of us worked really hard in our careers to get from AAA to the majors. So what's it going to feel like? Am I going to feel like I'm back in AAA? Or am I going to know when the A's take the field that I'm in the Twins are in a struggle to try and stay alive right now. Like, these are major league games, the major league import. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like actually between the white lines when they get going.
Mark, I should have told you this. I didn't tell you this. Alan's actually not here today. He's on paternity leave. So that was Jay that asked that question.
Oh, Jay, I'm sorry. Geez.
I didn't.
You're good.
But as you may know, Jay played baseball at the University of Texas. So he knows a little bit about baseball himself. I want to ask you about.
Well, you probably know the whole Clemens family then.
Yeah, a bunch of them, actually.
I know that Twins. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say Ryan and Cody Clemens have been playing together since. They were in Toledo together in AAA, so they go back a ways. Yeah.
You mentioned you were in San Diego, and I know the Twins had a rough series against Los Padres. But and I know it's baseball, and things can change day to day. Ryan has really kind of carved out a niche for himself here with the Twins this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's been just unreal to watch, and just because we know each other so well, like. I'm a dad first, and you grind through this stuff.
Yeah.
And Ryan's crawled over broken glass to get here, man. He's had 3 in-season surgeries. He missed a COVID year along with all the other guys who got drafted, right before COVID. And so for him to finally wind up with the team, and it was very unexpected. We didn't know that the Twins would even claim him when he was designated for assignment. And not only did they claim him, but they held him all winter, which at least gave us an idea that they thought they had a way to use him. So the rest is really Ryan. And we're beyond proud, just that he's finding a way to stay in the majors. And I do think everybody who's played at various levels, if you played high school ball, it's hard to make that team. It's hard to get to play a lot. If you played D1 college ball, let alone high level D1 like Jay did, man, that's a grind. It is hard to get on the field. And every year they're bringing in a new truckload of guys who cannot wait to take your job. So for Ryan to be able to find a place, be valuable and get used it's just incredibly gratifying. And I think my appreciation for Major League Baseball is way beyond what it ever was when I was writing about it, to be honest.
Wow.
Because I think I thought I knew a lot more than I did.
Joined by Mark Kreidler. Mark, I was going to ask you, and I wanted to make sure that I'm glad you kind of opened the door for me to ask it, is have you and your significant other, have you went on the journey with Ryan? Because it is super difficult, as you talked about, to play at a high level in any sport, especially baseball, because there's so many levels until you get to that show. But have you taken a journey with Ryan? Do you feel like you're his father, but do you feel like you've been in a fight with him?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You should ask his mom. She'll tell you. It's a battle, man. And I think one of the hard things, parents want for their kids what they want for themselves. Like we want it for Ryan because he wants it. And part of it is just when you see things happen that are completely out of your control, which, oh, by the way, is everything.
Yeah.
Once Ryan became a pro, well, even when he got to college, the college coaches were kind of like, hey, that's great. You can drop him off right over here. And, and we'll get back to you when the season's over. And, pro ball goes without saying, but I think, it's really hard because look, whatever level, I was lucky enough to get to coach Ryan when he was a kid, and we had, little league and we had travel ball. It was all really fun. But at about age 14, he certainly already knew more about ball than I did. So I had to hand him off to other coaches. So really ever since then, there's nothing I can talk to Ryan about that has anything to do with, if it's technical, he would have to explain it to me first before we could then talk about possible solutions. So we don't talk about that stuff. Where we're in the grind with him is, how do you feel? What's your living situation? Especially in the minors, it was more like, are you in a safe neighborhood? Have you got enough food? Because those guys weren't getting paid anything. The contracts have improved marginally now that MLB took over all of the minor league operations, but those kids aren't making any money, man. They're trying to figure out how they're going to make a few months of baseball money last for 12 months. So I think a lot of that grind is more like, how are you? Not really how's your game, because your game is your game. And, Ryan's is good enough to play in Major League Baseball. So I think I'll shut up about it.
Mark Kreidler, nice enough to join us, and Ryan and the Twins playing the A's tonight. I don't know if you've heard this story, Mark. You probably haven't. You've probably talked to Keith Hernandez a million times. But apparently, I was reminded of this story when you're talking. Keith Hernandez and his dad had kind of a love-hate thing, but Keith Hernandez's dad knew Keith's swing better than any coach, and Keith would hate it because when he was struggling, he knew he had to go talk to his dad, and he hated having to ask his dad, but his dad always knew, you got to get your shoulder tucked in, and he hated having to do it, but his dad was the guy who knew his swing better than anybody. I want to ask you about baseball next year, and I know some of this relates to Ryan and everything, and you certainly have a stake in it. Do you think we're going to have baseball next year? What's your feeling on all this labor conundrum?
Yeah, they'll play.
Yeah,
because they're not stupid.
Really?
No, and honestly, they're not stupid. They're just greedy. Yeah. It's not the same thing.
Yeah.
So they'll play dumb. And we're talking about the owners.
Yes.
The owners will play dumb because it's to their advantage to play dumb, and they'll say, "We just don't understand. We just can't solve this salary problem. Golly, we have this pay disparity. Come on, guys, help us fix it." Well, they know there are about 5 fixes that we could talk about right now. You can change revenue sharing anytime you want to. You don't need the players' input to do it. You can change what the big markets share with the small markets and vice versa. You can raise the salary floor. You don't even need to ask. Rob Manfred changes baseball rules on the fly. He says, now, you know what? We decide we're just going to do the ABS thing.
Yeah.
All right, fine. The players have such a limited ability to affect any of that stuff that it's comical to see the owners now circle around and say, boy, hey, we got to bond together here. This financial disparity is killing us. Man, I just came from San Diego. You want to tell me about the financial disparity? They were nowhere. What they got that nobody else got, they got an owner who decided, screw that. I want to make my team competitive. Lo and behold, not only are they competitive, they're insanely valuable. They just sold at a valuation of $3.9 billion. You don't really have a labor problem. You really, really don't. And I think what will happen when I say they'll play is that the owners will do exactly what everyone expects them to do. They will lock out the players, probably December 1st, right on schedule, exactly when they're supposed to. It'll drag into the spring because it always does. They'll probably lose some part of camp. but they're not stupid. Baseball's made great strides in the last several years. This game is popular again. TV ratings are good, bordering on great. Local revenue packages are in all sorts of trouble, right? Cable cord cutting and all of that has changed that landscape. This is exactly the wrong time to start driving fans away to some other sport. They're not going to do it. They're not that stupid.
Yeah.
Mark, I want to definitely ask you about your thoughts on Major League Baseball acting and operating here in Sacramento and where it may lead us. But one more question about kind of Ryan's, because I always find this a little fascinating. He went to UCLA. Just can you give me your experiences as a parent and watching your son go through the recruitment situation and the process and how it played out as far as for baseball from a parent standpoint?
I almost feel like I went through some of that, Mark, with you.
Uncle Gleason.
Yeah, fair to say Uncle Whitey knew a fair amount about what was going on. But I have to say, I got to preface this by saying a lot of what we experienced no longer applies because there was no NIL money.
Very true.
Were just talking about, scholarship offers, which in and of itself was thrilling. The idea, like when Ryan was in high school, he started getting, scholarship offers, and we started to realize, I think he's going to get to go play college baseball. So kind of one thing at a time. And we dealt with some really, really good schools with really, really just top shelf people. So when I brag on UCLA, it's not because Ryan turned down some great offers from some great schools, but he ran into a coach at UCLA, Coach John Savage, who told Ryan what was going to happen. It's exactly what happened. He never wavered from what he said would happen. And that was true in every facet of their operation. I think that Ryan probably has heard horror stories from some of his teammates who did play college ball, who, wound up in really different situations or got sold on one idea and then found out that the reality was really different. But he didn't have that. And all in all, our biggest thing, honestly, Jay, we just didn't want him to leave the West. He was talking to TCU at one point, and he's like, "Man, I really like it out there." And I'm like, "No, you don't. You don't like it at all. You've never been to Fort Worth. I can talk you out of this. This is no problem." But his experience was, and Colleen, Ryan's mom, can really, she was really all in on this, from the start. She was also, speaking of, grinding. She was the one who was making sure that not only Ryan, but the entire team was, getting properly fed. Because back then they weren't really, when Ryan started college at least, they weren't as keyed in on the nutritional stuff as they are now. Now it's, I think, a part of every successful college program. Mm-hmm. But we didn't have to contend with any NIL considerations, for which I'm profoundly grateful.
Mm-hmm. I know that Jay wants to ask you about Sacramento's baseball future. So before we get to that, did you see this dreary NorCal MLB year coming with both the A's and the Giants being so uncompetitive?
No, I'll tell you what, I thought the Giants were in a curious spot because they were upside down in some bad contracts, and they decided to bring a guy straight in from college with really no pro background. And I think there's every reason to think that next year will be better for them, believe it or not, if only because the manager and his staff have such a better idea of how they're going to want to handle the season. With the A's, though, I guess if you could have taken me back in time and said, look, let me run through the guys who are going to get hurt, then we could talk. But I thought the A's were primed to have a serious, I thought they could be a playoff contending team, not necessarily to make it, but a playoff contending team. Mm-hmm. But you look at it; those guys are broken in half, man. You can't. Yeah. They're half the guy. When Ryan was Ryan got called up early in the season, then got sent back to AAA because they had needed a guy. Royce Lewis went on the injured list or something like that, and Ryan went back to AAA. He was there for only a small time before he then got recalled, and he's been in the majors ever since. But in that short time, the Twins AAA affiliate in St. Paul was playing in Vegas. So we went to Vegas to see Ryan there. And half of those guys are now playing on the A's. And the only guy that I called sitting in the stands was like, Henry Bolte's going to the majors. Okay. You could just tell that kid's going to the big leagues. Mm-hmm. But the rest of it is just out of pure necessity. It's hard to of course I didn't see what would happen to the A's coming because nobody could. They're beat to death, man.
Speaking of the A's, they play where you're going tonight to see your fantastic son with Mr. Gleason and his family. What's your thoughts, Mark, on baseball here in Sacramento over the last couple of seasons? What was kind of promised, not said, some of the things that they, may or may not be working towards here in Sacramento. Sounds like they're working towards getting an MLB team here, but also A's look like they're going to Las Vegas, new stadium being built. Just what's your overall thoughts of baseball in Sacramento and our aspirations of having a pro team here?
Yeah, I don't. This is incredibly tricky. I mean, I think that Sacramento's interest in Major League Baseball is longstanding. I don't think that's a new thing. Vivek plays, most angles. It's a business angle that he's playing. I totally get that. And that's why he's, made these accommodations that he has. Whether there's a corporate infrastructure for what you'd have to build in order to actually attract an MLB franchise, let's assume expansion. That to me is a question that we're not much closer to solving than we were when I got here. And I've been here a long time. It's been the same question for decades, which is if you're in a place that's, let's not say Sacramento is purely a government town, but it's a government-driven town. And most of the corporate base here is sort of satellites of corporations, not really corporate headquarters themselves. That's where the big money is. Now, not every investment has to come from right within, a few zip codes. But I do still think long-term, that's a huge issue. What Las Vegas is doing is certainly audacious, and it could fail. I don't know. I really don't know, honestly, how baseball will do there. On the major league level, but they have the money to do it. They wrangled some state money to do it. They were able to push some people around to get stuff done. Sacramento and California in general are going to fight you back on that. And if you're purely at private investment, that's a bridge too far. So I don't really know what the long-term, I don't blame Vivek for wanting to find out, but I don't really know what the long-term prospects are. I was talking to Dusty actually about that because he's one of the people who's on, he's just an advisory role, but on that committee. Right. And, it comes from his deep, like Dusty's like, hey, this is a baseball town. Like we do really well at a lot of sports, but we're a baseball town. And I don't disagree. I mean, if you look at the legion of major league players who've come from this area, man, the interest is real. The AAA teams have been broadly supported. So it's not so much that. It's about where you're going to come up with the money to do the big stuff. Mm-hmm. Those are the little lifts. The building the thing is the big lift. And I still don't see it. I don't think we have it answered.
Mark Kreidler, thank you so much for your time. We'll look you up tonight. Yep. I know you'll be busy. I'm not sure we'll be able to get there first pitch. Can you make sure nothing happens till I get there? Is that too much to ask tonight?
No. That's a great thing is that I have complete control. It's been absolutely great. But yes, Whitey, I'll wave to you over my waves of family who are going to be sitting in the stands. We're right over. I know where you're sitting. We're right over from you. I'll wave so that you can find me.
Awesome. Thank you for your time. We'll see you tonight. Thanks, brother.
All right,
congratulations. Yeah, take it easy. The one and only.
Okay,
yeah, Mark Kreidler. I like that, Jay. Clear-eyed about baseball's future.
Yeah.
Excited about tonight.
That's the great part about it is you talk to Mark, who's, of course, a huge baseball fan. And if we had another opportunity to ask Mark, he'd definitely say, look, I would love baseball to be here. I want it to be here. Mm-hmm. I'm all in on that. But you have to take a step back and look at the financials, the business part of it. And all you can do is respect that.
Right.
Because I think we're all in agreement, The MLS kept saying the word or the phrase or the title is a big whale, a big whale, a big whale. Mm-hmm. That's all we heard when we were talking about MLS here.
They said win, not if. It's win, not if.
Yeah. And, I don't know if they're still working on that or they have some different direction they're trying to, attempt to go. Who knows at this point? But with baseball, you would think if Vivek and the ownership group of the Kings wants to go that way, we have the whale. And that's the interesting thing for me, Whitey, is I don't know. And let me ask you, has Vivek formally come out and said, I want a baseball team.
Not exactly. I mean,
right.
He wants one here and thinks one could survive here, but he doesn't want to be the one, footing the bill.
Yeah.
Which is more than fair. Obviously.
Definitely understand.
Mark Ryler's the one who should be doing that. All these books he sells. Yeah. I've been here a long time. We can't find that guy. And that guy is you.
That surf book.
Do something for your community for once in your life. Oh, okay. I may have overreacted. He's totally wrong about the high five and the kid on the other team, too. Oh, it's great. That's what they do at that level. No, it's not. It's not what winners do. Will the booze ever fade for Deshaun Watson? And another look at the 49ers statement today regarding Jed York. That and more next. Sactown Sports.
Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Instagram and X at Sactown 1140 to see the best moments from all your favorite shows and up-to-the-minute live reactions and updates on the Kings, 49ers, and more. That's at Sactown 1140 on Instagram and X. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell the listeners what's going on for the Make This the Summer Sales event.
Hoblet continues to be the place to find the best prices on the hard-to-find heavy-duty Ram you need. Right now, save up to $14,000 off MSRP on the new 2026 Ram 2500 Crew Cabs. And it's not just the savings. Right now, you also get Ram's 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
Wow, it seems like every time you do this, you manage to find a new way to sweeten the deal.
That's the difference between the big city auto mall guys and the small-town family-owned experience at Hoblet. When you come to Hoblet, you experience what 77 years of family-owned award-winning customer service looks like.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
14,000 total net savings on select new 2026 Ram 2500 Crew Cabs after dealer discount and factory incentives. Incentives may include 1,000 Hoblet business owner bonus cash for eligible business owners, 1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance for eligible trade, and 500 upfit, military, or first responder bonus cash for eligible members. Incentives may not be combined with any other offers or special APR programs. Excludes tax, title, and license fees. Two with this net savings, the number 227-321 and 227-315. See dealer for details.
Need a reason to hit the range this week? Well, Hagen Oaks has two. Monday nights are happy hour all night long with special pricing on hot dogs and ice cold beer while you hit balls under the lights. Then Thursday, join the new Top Tracer competition nights. Play Pebble Beach, compete in closest to the pin, long drive, and more with fun interactive games for every skill level. Grab your friends and make Hagen Oaks your weeknight destination. Visit HagenOaks.com for more details. Hagen Oaks Driving Range, more games, more laughs, more reasons to play.
Today we tip our wrench to Rock Auto customer Jeremy.
I've been a RockAuto.com customer for over 15 years, and now even my kids order their parts there. Prices are always far lower than the local auto parts store. Selection is massive, and the site makes it unbelievably easy to find exactly what we need. Every order shows up fast, and the quality is always top tier. RockAuto.com has earned my trust for life, and I highly recommend them.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe, plus free delivery on any mattress. Ends Monday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they helped me. They calmed me down. They made me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, Sactown, High Flyer here. Something big is coming. On September the 2nd, DraftKings Games Day arrived a massive deal, exclusive deals, and all-day celebration built for fans in sports. The countdown has begun. One app, every sport, all 50 states. DraftKings Game Day is yours. Remember the date, September the 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, new era, and big day in sports history. Get pumped. Get ready to celebrate new DraftKings customers. Sign up with code SACTOWN. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That code, once again, SACTOWN, in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offers by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Tradings involve risk of loss, market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expires in 1 year. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
College football is back. And so are the predictions. Who makes the playoffs? Who wins their conference? Who takes home the national title? Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, lets you trade those predictions in a live market. Ohio State and Notre Dame are neck and neck as favorites to win the national championship, both currently trading at 13% on Kalshi, meaning a $100 trade pays out $725 if they win the league this season. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as a probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Trade the draft pick, the game, and more on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app and use promo code Allen to get $20 when you trade $20. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 and up only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles.
Hey, that was just Alan. Alan is on deferred paternity leave, but that was Alan right there.
That was him.
Yeah. Promo code Alan.
Promo.
I'm going to start throwing that around, see how far that gets me.
Do it.
Promo code Alan. Yeah. Good for Alan Stiles. He'll be back in a few weeks, and that was great catching up with Mark Kreidler, who used to do a couple shows with, in a couple, like 3 different stations. I did shows with Mark Kreidler. By the way, I understand that Ryan Kreidler, who's back in town tonight with the Twins, he's back at Sutter Health Park, where he played in high school with Davis High. He is batting 9th tonight. Starting at shortstop for the Minnesota Twins, batting 9th, Ryan Kreidler. So I hope I get there early enough, Jay, to see him crank a double down the left field line.
7:05 start?
6:40.
Oh.
They start those games early. Yeah. So that's all right.
Well, he's at 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Got time, brother. By the time you leave here.
Oh, we're hustling out there.
You leave here.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot over to the ballpark, which is about, 20 minutes tops?
I got to go to my daughter's house. That's where we're meeting, and then go from there. But she's on the way, so. Yeah, it's gonna be a little tight.
Yeah. See that's.
But Mark said he's gonna make sure nothing happens till.
All right, there you go.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. Here is the 49er statement today on Jed York. Jed York, who, let's see here, ultimately pleaded no contest to disorderly conduct and possession of criminal tools. The 49ers said today, quote, "As this is a legal matter which has been resolved, we will not be providing any further comment at this time," end quote. So it's pretty clear here as the 49ers either wait for the league to mete out discipline, or perhaps they're talking with the league about what's best for the 49ers. The play here is just sit tight and let this thing fade. Right, Jay?
Yeah. Just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Let it go.
It's an awkward, embarrassing look. It's also, it is it's illegal, although in pleading no contest, he did not admit to guilt. But ultimately, we talked about it earlier. When you look at Robert Kraft and the league, they did not discipline him at all. They halted their investigation into any violations of the league's code of conduct when charges against him were dropped. So this could still go any number of ways.
Yeah, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
They say it's ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to play out. And then the other part about it, too, is you never know. Civil suit, something on the back calf. You just never know. You never know, Whitey. That's why I always say.
Yeah, there are other
You
things.
just never,
that
never know.
could happen. Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson named the Browns QB1. He now says in his first news conference as the Browns starter that he regrets taking shots at Browns fans. Took in the full body of work over the course of offseason to training camp. Actually, sorry, that was the coach, but that was a quote from the coach. But Deshaun Watson said, I thought I was going to get a little different response, but I think my emotions got the best of me. My comments were not intended to go at any of the fans around the city because there's been a lot of great fans that have been supporting me, and I know the frustration. This organization has put a lot of investment in coming to get me back in 22. Things haven't been going the right direction that we thought it was. A lot of injuries, a lot of time off, and now putting the best football and my foot forward. He originally had said it was very personal. They booed me when I got hurt. I'm a person of God. And now he's saying, I was frustrated. I didn't mean to take any shots at people. What's your opinion on this, Jay? Fans, when they boo in Cleveland, when they boo Deshaun Watson, is it because he's underperformed given what he's getting paid, or is it because of the things that he settled out of court, all the charges of the things he did at massage parlors?
Right. I would say majority probably what he's done on the field, especially the fact of the guaranteed money. He was kind of the savior. We forget. I'm going to ask you this question on the back end, but in Houston, he was a baller.
Yes.
Right? And also in college, he was a baller, national champion. And so for him to come to Cleveland, it was kind of one of those things, despite what's going on outside of the arena and, outside of the organization, just come in there and play ball, and you're the savior of our organization moving forward. And we finally have that quarterback position locked solid, probably for the next 10 years or so, right? Because he was still young in Houston. I think that's majority of it. That said, definitely there's a percentage of people who disagree with the way he operated and the things that he's done off the field.
Yeah.
And so you can bet there's probably a combination of both, Whitey. I would say majority, though, when we're talking about what happens on Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays, I think that's where a lot of the booing is coming from. And the fact that he hasn't gotten things done on the field just kind of leaves the door open for people to say, kind of what we talked about earlier in the beginning of the show. The Jed York situation is, you ain't won a Super Bowl because you out here doing other things, right? You ain't focused on what you need to be focused on. You focused on, outside activities. And so that always leaves the door open because you know how snarky we are. You know how quick we are to throw a quick jab and hit you in the nostrils when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, especially the way Deshaun kind of operated and acted in Houston, that whole ordeal. So I think it's majority of the fact that he's being booed, that he hasn't played very well.
But it's really hard to separate one from the other, isn't it? I would think if you're a Browns fan. And just the fact that was one of the worst trades in history of any trades. Watson went to the Browns for 3 first-round picks, 2022. They gave him a fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract, and that was after. They gave him that after more than 24 women accused him of sexual assault, inappropriate conduct during massage sessions. 2 Texas grand juries declined to pursue. I'm just reading from ESPN now. Pursue criminal charges against him a week before his trade, but he did serve an 11-game suspension. He also paid a $5 million fine. So I do think he has to be that. It's not going to help him. Maybe he doesn't care if people boo him or not, but he has to be a little more aware of what's going on when he talks about why people are booing him.
Well, it seems like he does care. Because he wouldn't have came out and said it. I think that's part of it. Even saw a interview with Shedeur Sanders on the sideline, and the sideline reporter asked him about Deshaun being booed. Shedeur took the high road, but also saying, like, he's put in the time, and, we don't have no beef. We're just both coming out here to compete, and whatever coach says, coach says. I say that. Let me ask you this, Whitey. What in the heck happened to Deshaun Watson? Like, what? I mean, is it the off-the-field stuff that has kind of –
I would guess that has a lot to do with it.
Right?
Also, he didn't play last year after undergoing 2 surgeries to address a torn right Achilles tendon he sustained in October of 24. Right. So, I would think – he's never said that, but just the gravity of the charges, and it's all out there in the open. Some pretty heinous charges.
Yeah.
I have to think that took a toll on him. Maybe getting paid. We've talked about that. Human nature sometimes. Once you get paid, it's like, I don't have that sense of urgency. But Dan Orlovsky said this today on ESPN about the Browns deciding to start Deshaun Watson. Quote, I am shocked. I feel awful for the fans of the Cleveland Browns. I have no idea how you could witness what you witnessed in that press conference and it not be a part of your evaluation and decision. I think the world of Todd Monken, and I think he's a great coach. I think the world of Andrew Berry. I think he's put together a really good football team. I have no idea how they can make this decision. And he also said Browns fans should not go to games. That's Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah, Monken's press conference when was yesterday or today? It was one of two when he announced it and he was there. He put most of it on the organization. If you really go back, and maybe I'll pull it and see if we could grab a clip or two. It's super long. But he was like, look, this is an organizational move. He wasn't too...
No, it was today. You're right.
Yeah. He wasn't too, I guess, complimentary of Deshaun Watson personally. A lot of what he was saying, the gist of it, the theme was, look, he's been here. He's a wily veteran. Of course, he ain't going to say nothing about the guaranteed money, but... as an organization, we felt like this is the best way to move. Now, that could be coach talk, but normally when you have that, it's like, no, he does this very well. I love the way he's been operating. He's been here as a veteran. He's a leader. Like, you didn't hear a lot of that in the press conference. It just felt kind of like it was a business move.
Took in the full body of work over the course of offseason to training camp to games at joint practice. Ultimately felt like to start the season on the road, Deshaun gave us the best chance to move the ball and score points. I mean, that's really what it's about. Felt that way going in the last game, but wasn't sure. And after we talked as a staff and after we re-looked at everything, we're going to go in that direction, end quote. I see what you mean. That's not the most ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we just thought it was best.
Yeah.
Monken also said the decision to start Watson will not be a week-to-week thing.
Yeah.
He's our starter. Clearly, the organization has all this money invested in him, and they're clearly the organization is saying he's going to be the starter.
No doubt, because Andrew Berry, the general manager, he's tied to him. He's definitely tied to him. He's the one that brought Deshaun in. And so, and gave him the guarantee money, and of course, would be the owner as well. But it's like, we talk about this in sports all the time. General managers tied to quarterbacks, general managers tied to certain coaches, things like that. So he's definitely tied to Deshaun Watson. I could definitely see this being, hey, look, we need to start Watson. We need to once and for all end it up because the injuries have kind of put a little bit of, a little cloud over the over the grass a little bit when it comes to can he still play? Is he still a baller? Is he playing at a high level? He's had some serious injuries, as you talk about the Achilles and the knee prior to that. So we don't really know what he is. We think we know at this point, but again, if you look back at his history, man, he's been a baller too.
Yeah, I remember he wasn't drafted that high. It was surprisingly for all the success he had in college, and it was like, and then he showed at least briefly in Houston. No, he was a player.
Yeah.
Is it still there? I don't know. By the way, coming up top of the hour. Take a look at how the Kings, in some ways, a couple of ways, they're at rock bottom right now. We'll look at that. But when we come back, the math says these are the 5 teams most likely to post better records in the NFL this season. Who you think's on that list? We find out next. It's Jay Whitey, Sactown Sports.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Progressive knows you want to get away, but not like too away. You crave the unknown, but also charcuterie boards with 4 types of cheese. And that's exactly why you bought an RV and bundled it with Progressive, because 24/7 protection is one luxury you'll never have to give up. So go ahead, explore the wilderness, all from the comfort of your zero-gravity camp chair. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Truck started slow. Battery might be toast.
Slow starts are the first sign of heat damage to your battery. We'll test it, no charge.
Thanks. And if it is dead?
We'll set you up with a new, fully warranted battery, some up to 5 years, and we'll recycle the old one.
Thanks for the rundown. Lead the way.
Get free battery testing, charging, and recycling at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business to get connected with a team member today. That's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner, locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Chicken and waffles, a cozy combination. Chick-fil-A's got chicken and waffles. Sweet and savory together in a brand new way. Whoa.
Introducing Chick-fil-A's new chicken and waffles. Crispy chicken between two maple-flavored waffles with bacon and honey butter spread served with syrup. Available all day long.
Chicken and waffles. Right now we're Chick-fil-A.
Order chicken and waffles all day at Chick-fil-A. Menu switches from breakfast to lunch at 10:30 a.m.
Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
Yeah, Alan's on deferred paternity leave. Update, Japan has just beaten Czechia in the Little League World Series 3-2. I just saw there was a kid up to bat for Czechia, and it said his favorite food is chicken schnitzel. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to start using that phrase. You know, when the guy on Czechia high-fives a Japanese kid who hits a home run, Jay? That's chicken schnitzel. You high-five a kid on the other. That is chicken schnitzel.
Chicken schnitzel.
Yeah, ESPN says Kings are going to win 19 games. That is chicken schnitzel. That's what that is. That is a bunch of chicken schnitzel. That's all that is.
You got to look it up.
I got to be careful, but that's what I'm going to say.
Let me see what it is first.
Uh-huh. Chicken schnitzel is what that is. This is from Bill Barnwell, ESPN, predicting NFL teams most likely to improve this year. And hold on. It's not just a matter of, I think this team's going to be really good. I like this team and quarterback. Bill Barnwell is looking at things like how good was the team in one-score games last year? What was the point differential? And what's their projected strength of schedule? So just based on it's no fun, but the math of it, which teams are likely to be better almost despite of any moves they made personnel-wise. He's got the Chiefs on the list because they were 6-11 last year, 1-9 in games decided by 7 points or fewer. And I know that we tend to think, well, that's because they're not very good. But the analytics people say, well, if you lose a lot of close games, some of those, it's usually 50-50, so they're going to not lose as many this year. Also, they have the 14th easiest schedule. So the Chiefs mathematically look like a team that's going to be better this year or have a better record. Now, the team is, and this is Jay's team, I believe, Detroit Lions.
Here we go.
Yeah. They were 2-5 in games decided by 7 or fewer points, and they have the second easiest schedule in the NFL.
I smell 13 wins.
Yeah.
Right in front of the Niners.
Mm-hmm. That is not chicken schnitzel.
That is not.
Mm-hmm. Also, we have, of the 5 teams on the list, the third team would be the New York Giants. 4-13 last year. Well, I guess, they'll
be better than that.
Yeah. 1-6 in games decided by 7 or fewer points. And they have the 8th toughest schedule. I don't know, Jay.
Give them 7-10? 6-11?
Maybe 6-11.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's better than last year.
Mm-hmm. I guess the 1-6 in games decided by 7 or fewer, you have to look at that and go, oh, they'll be better in those close games.
Maybe.
They got Harbaugh as the coach now.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm on board with that with at least 1 foot. 4th on the list, the Jets.
Well, but what was the record last year?
They were 3-14.
3 and something.
They do have the 6th easiest schedule, which means they may be, 4-13.
Yeah.
3-5 in games decided by 7 or fewer points. I like Aaron Glenn, but he just did not get a handle on things last year.
Well, that's not saying a lot when you're talking about the Jets.
Uh-huh. They did not catch the football on defense. They went all season without even a single interception. The first time that has ever happened.
That's crazy. I remember that was a thing, too.
Yeah.
As we start getting closer and closer to week 18 and things like that. It's like, oh, man. The Jets haven't – the Niners were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
10, 11 weeks in a row. So the Jets was just on top of that. It's like, oh, my goodness. They don't even have a pick.
Opposing teams threw 503 passes against the Jets, and they intercepted none of them.
0.
Also, they were unlucky in terms of recovering fumbles. They were 31st behind only the Lions. But, I don't know, Jay. I know the analytics say with balls on the turf, it's kind of a toss-up.
Right.
But there's more to it than that.
You got to create the opportunity, too, right?
You got to have guys that want to get the football.
Ready to pounce on it?
Yeah. I know analytically I'm on thin ice here, but, if you've played sports, right?
Doesn't always happen analytically.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you that much.
Thank you. Thank you. And finally on the list, they were 8-9 last year. They were 1-4 in games decided by 7 or fewer points. They have the 5th easiest schedule. Look out this year for the Baltimore Ravens.
Woo! That and the Lions may be the only two that I can see are clear cut. Well, I guess the Chiefs, yeah, they'll probably be there.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not too many more wins, but yeah, they're going to be in the hunt for the playoffs.
Lamar Jackson was not the same last year. He was hurt. He had a hamstring injury. So that looks like a team that projects to easily be back to where we typically think of the Ravens as being.
Yeah,
of course,
Chiefs,
that division,
Lions.
I know you say, or maybe it's me, one of us says that the Bengals are going to be a surprise team.
Yeah, one of us does. Yeah. One of us said they'll
is that you or is
surprise
that
you.
me?
Let me look in the mirror. I think that's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chicken schnitzel.
Yeah?
A thin, tenderized chicken breast coated in flour, egg, and breadcrumbs, then shallow fried until golden and crispy.
Isn't that just like a chicken fried steak or
just a piece of chicken for me? Fried chicken.
Not a chicken
Lightly
nugget,
fried.
a chicken. What are they? Chicken tender. That's
a tender,
chicken tender.
Yeah, it was a piece of fried chicken.
Uh huh.
Yeah, chicken schnitzel over there in Czechia.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah,
I'd give it a try.
I tried probably weekly.
Mm-hmm.
If you left it up to me.
Mm-hmm. I'm only fairly new to chicken and waffles, and I know we just had an ad about the chicken and waffles. Chicken and waffles is great.
Chick-fil-A, they're creating a chicken and waffle meal.
Mm-hmm. Would it harm them in any way to give us some free samples? In your opinion?
It wouldn't. It wouldn't be.
Theoretically.
I mean, listen, I'm hoping they're listening and they're ready to come this way tomorrow.
I mean, we're just trying to do our part.
Yep.
That's all.
Assist and help you.
That's all that's about.
Line us up.
Big fan, Jay. Where has it been all my life?
It's been there. You just hadn't partook yet.
I grew up in Vallejo. How did I not try?
No, man. What was going on in Vallejo? They didn't have no chicken and waffles?
I just wasn't aware of it.
I would say chicken and waffles probably became a thing early 90s.
Okay.
Maybe. And I could be wrong. I'm not that old.
That's good to know.
Born in 80, so I wouldn't know. But I remember it kind of being a thing in the 90s, like popping up. You go here and there. Going to L.A., you hit a couple different spots, stuff like that, M&M's, things like that. It was like, oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had a place in Pacifica, and it's not there anymore. It was called Chicken Cone, and you could get a waffle cone, like an ice cream cone, a waffle cone, and then they would put, like, fried chicken nuggets in it.
Yep.
And you could pour, like, syrup in it.
Yep.
And I was the only one that liked it.
Really?
They went out of business. I thought, this is great. Let's go to Chicken Cone. And I'd get heckled by my family.
Well, I mean, no disrespect to Pacifica, but it's not the proper crowd probably out there in Pacifica that's ready to sell no chicken and waffle cone.
You may have hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah, you might need a little different demographic.
You guys want to move somewhere else, huh? Kings have moved up in the newest power rankings, but let's face it, in some ways, they have hit rock bottom. We'll tell you how next on Sactown Sports.
This is Sactown, baby! Follow Sactown Sports 1140 on Facebook at facebook.com/Sactown Sports to keep tabs on the Kings, 49ers, UC Davis, and the entire Sactown Sports lineup all season long. Facebook.com/Sactown Sports. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Seems as though casual players are always trying to balance the desire to hit the golf ball farther with shooting lower scores. Whether you hit a 270-yard drive or miss a 12-inch putt, they both count a stroke on your scorecard. Some of us will never hit the ball 270 yards, and trying normally leaves us well short and well right of the target. Seems as though improving our putting might be an easier way to shoot better scores. Putting is about confidence. It's about feeling the greens, seeing the line, visualizing the ball going in the hole, and making a confident stroke. Harvey Penick says, never, repeat, never allow yourself to think about what's riding on the putt, whether it's a major championship or just a 50-cent wager. Hit the putt as you've hit 10,000 putts in the past. Concentrate on imitating your final practice stroke, not on what will happen if you either miss it or make it. A positive mind will cure a lot of ills. Think about it. Really, think about it. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Hi, I'm Congressman Kevin Kiley. The most important part of my job is helping the people I represent. That's why I was so honored to receive the National Award for Best Constituent Service. Here's just one of the thousands of people our office has helped.
Hi, my name's Eric. When I turned 65 and went to apply for Social Security and Medicare benefits, I found that my identity had been stolen, and as a result, I was being denied the Medicare benefits I so badly needed. Only Congressman Kiley's office was able to step in and clear up the mess and get me the benefits to which I was entitled. Thank you, Congressman Kiley.
As the only independent in the House of Representatives, I always put constituent service first and never ask if someone's a Democrat, Republican, or something else. If you can't get an answer from a federal agency, or if you feel you've been treated unfairly, we are here to help. This is Congressman Kevin Kiley. Visit kiley.house.gov and I'll do everything I can to help you. Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown, 411 16th Street, and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
This is Carla Hall for Eggland's Best. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, make sure you're choosing wholesome ingredients like Eggland's Best eggs to plus up your nutrition. With more than 6 times the vitamin D and double the omega-3s and vitamin B12 compared to ordinary eggs, Eggland's Best supports a healthy lifestyle. Available in so many delicious varieties: classic, cage-free, organic, free-range, and pasture-raised. Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs. Visit egglandsbest.com to learn more.
Hey, Sactown, High Flyer here. Something big is coming. On September the 2nd, DraftKings Games Day arrived a massive deal, exclusive deals, and all-day celebration built for fans and sports. The countdown has begun. One app, every sport, all 50 states. DraftKings Game Day is yours. Remember the date, September the 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, new era, and big day in sports history. Get pumped. Get ready to celebrate new DraftKings customers. Sign up with code Sactown. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That code, once again, Sactown, in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offers by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Tradings involve risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expires in 1 year. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
Right now, the rig come out tonight. For shooter, I'm my own shooter. All this ice, I'm my own jewel.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Obviously, the big story of the day is Jed York arrested in Ohio. There's nothing new on it this afternoon other than a statement from the 49ers. Quote, "As this is a legal matter which has been resolved, we will not be providing any further comment at this time," end quote. So we now wait to see what, if anything, the NFL decides to do. They obviously will check to see whether this is in any way a violation of their code of conduct. I would imagine it probably is. Jed York, by the way, by pleading no contest, that means that he is not accepting guilt for this. So we'll see how the 49ers and the league decide to handle this. An embarrassment at the very least. But there's nothing new to report on this afternoon other than that the 49ers statement says we will not be providing any further comment at this time. The Kings, in some ways here, it's interesting because today we have an update on power rankings in The Athletic, and ESPN has some season projections. So we'll look at some of that in a moment. And I think as we do so, we'll do that against the backdrop of my opinion that the Kings in some ways have hit a rock bottom. So we'll look at that in just a moment. Before we get to that, Jay and I were just talking about chicken and waffles because some kid on the Chechia team in the Little League World Series says his favorite dish is chicken schnitzel which is basically like fried chicken. Chicken and waffles first appeared in colonial Pennsylvania in the 1600s.
Big time.
And they gained widespread popularity. The fried chicken and waffles that we think of as chicken and waffles, it really gained popularity in Harlem in the 30s, Jay, according to co-pilot search here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was popular in jazz clubs.
Oh, yeah, I believe it, man. If you slide down south, it's been a thing.
Harlem's soul food version of chicken and waffles gained wider recognition after 1938. By the 1970s, it was a staple in Los Angeles through restaurants like Roscoe's House of Chicken and Waffles.
Shouts out to the many locations of Roscoe's. But, it's, well, first of all, Harlem Renaissance in that time. That doesn't surprise me. And then a lot of those people who came up to Harlem, and, of course, the Midwest, East Coast coming from down south, like you said, 1600s, right? So I just, man, it is a thing now. Like, no doubt about it. You go just about anywhere, any place, you're probably going to see it on the menu.
Well, it's even,
at this point.
Yeah, like now there are versions of it, as we just said, in fast food starting.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. By the 1860s, waffles with chicken and gravy had become a common Sunday meal among Pennsylvania Dutch families.
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of that. That's probably not the way we see it today.
No, waffles with chicken and gravy.
Yeah, not for me. But it may be a thing in other places.
That's all savory. And now chicken and waffles is sweet and savory.
Savory.
Yeah.
It's a good combination. When you first think about it, you look at it, I don't know how this is going to max. But, I mean, it for whatever reason, it perks up the taste buds.
Yeah.
It does. It really does.
I was at Riverside Clubhouse once, across from the cemetery, and we were having brunch there, and chicken and waffles to me had always been, that doesn't make sense to me. That's nonsense. But it's just, I saw it on the menu one day, and it's like, that's what I want.
Right.
It's great. Hit the spot.
Man, I just remember being a very young kid and it kind of becoming a thing.
The best was, for me, was what I had with you. It was at Yard House?
At the Yard or whatever it's called? Yeah. In Vegas? Ooh, that stuff was some good stuff. Man, I'm telling you, it looked good. From a distance. Yeah, that thing looked spectacular. The chicken was spectacular.
Yes, it was.
Ooh.
Yes, it was.
Telling you.
The Kings do not look great at a distance.
No, they don't.
I think in some ways right now, if we're being honest. Yeah. Right. The Kings, right now, they are at a kind of rock bottom in the Vivek Ranadive era. I think we all know that. It just kind of hit me as I reflected on where the Kings are right now, because this is a period of the year where all the heavy lifting on the roster is done. There's still some fine-tuning to do, but camps aren't open yet. So this is a little bit of a down period. And it just dawned on me, wow, you look at the Kings' history, and they certainly have had worse rock bottoms, lower rock bottoms than where they are right now. The Sacramento Kings, right before the Maloof sold, it was a mess. They were making roster moves just to save money, things like that. They had to. There were some rough years when they first got here. There were some, tragic things that happened. But I think in the Ranadive era, they're at rock bottom right now. Here's what's interesting to me about it. And I'm not saying, this is terrible, they can't get out of this. It's one of the things that, to me, makes this upcoming year so fascinating. You look at your three primary caretakers, the three people in charge. You have your owner, you have your GM, and Coach Doug Christie. We know Doug Christie has not proven that he can do it yet. He hasn't had that chance. He's an unproven coach, even in the eyes of the GM, who has said, we're evaluating him. Okay, well, the GM, Scott Perry, who's done some really good things, he has been parts of some really successful front offices. You can look it up. Seattle, Detroit, Orlando did some very nice things. He's been part of some really successful front offices. But as the guy running the show, well, he did get the Knicks from 29 wins to 41 wins in a playoff spot. He's done that. But he really, I think if we're being honest, I don't think he's proven as a GM either, Jay. Again, that's not a criticism, it's just an observation. He did some nice things with the Knicks and they went another way. So he just hasn't proven that he can do it himself as the guy calling the shots. That's just a fact. You've also got Mr. Ranadive, who as an owner, we had the Beam Team year, but as an owner, he hasn't proven that he can oversee a basketball operation that is successful consistently. So I'm not saying they can't do it. I'm not saying this is a disaster. It's just fascinating because you have an owner and a GM and a coach, and they're all still trying to prove it together that they can be successful. And so this is a really fascinating time for this team's history as we go forward here with Darius Acuff. So much is riding on Darius Acuff. And you look at the coaches the Kings have hired since Vivek Ranadive has owned the team. 8 coaches. That includes Doug Christie. We don't know where that's going. That could go any which way. He could end up winning a championship. He could be the greatest coach ever. But of the other 7, you have 5 that the Kings hired and never coached again. At least not yet. They still could, but they haven't coached in the NBA again. The other 2 ended up winning championships with other teams. So it's really a mixed bag. So all I'm saying is, wow, there's a lot of people that have a lot to prove with this organization right now. Again, I think there's every reason to think they've made strides, but it's going to be tough under the new rules, Jay. And that's just a fact of the matter. That's where this thing is right now.
So that equates to rock bottom for you.
I think in the Ranadive era, but I think some of that is by choice too, where I think he and the organization decided we're going to have to start over. And they didn't want to do that for many years. Like, no, let's see how many games we can win. And I think finally, and I think it's the right decision. And I think Scott Perry probably convinced everyone of that. We have to go back and we're going to have to start at ground zero. So some of that is by choice.
Yeah. Tear down a little bit.
Yeah.
Not to the studs, but, we're going to replace a few things, rehab it a little bit.
Yeah. And again, they're doing that in an environment that is probably the trickiest in the history of the NBA in which to do that because they've changed all the rules. And right now it's a lot of, we don't know how this is going to work. Nobody can because the rules are all different.
I mean, you get great observations in the fact that, everyone that is someone within the building has some things to prove. And that can be looked at as a negative, and it definitely can be looked at as the fact that you got some things that you want to accomplish. Hopefully you're striving to get to those things. And maybe if you work lockstep, you'll succeed. So I'm with you, Whitey. I do think, and I'm just trying to sit back and think because the rock bottom in my mind, I'm really trying to think from when Vivek took over as the operating owner and ownership group or chairman or whatever his title is of the ownership group to now. Has this been rock bottom? And I'm thinking, as you said, some of this is by design, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I feel like as a fan, I don't feel like it's rock bottom, even though it may look like that on paper, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's been a little more rock bottom. There's been a feeling of more, man, we're down below. There's no hope. Like right now as a Kings fans, I can hear an argument for someone saying, well, you know what? Kings gonna Kings and we ain't got no hope and that's just where it is. And that's cool. I respect that too. Then I can respect some people, in the words of like TC, who's very positive about certain things, who also said that chicken and waffles are overrated to him. Shouts out to TC. I'm pretty sure Whitey would disagree with you on that.
Yeah, he's not going to call about that.
But you also have that, not purple colored glasses, but also being able to be truthful to yourself and say, well, if Acuff pans out, I think we have something. Max, first team all rookie, seems to have something. Carwell has some things. You can see some positives. But also, again, jumping back on the other side of the fence, I can hear other Kings fans saying, well, yeah, there's always been positives, but we have never seen it through. Mm-hmm. It's never panned out all the way around for us. The coach, the general manager, and our players being in lockstep to take us to a level, on consistent basis. And that's what you're talking about. So I'm with you. I hear you. I can see both sides of the conversation, both sides of the argument. I'm probably a little more geared towards the bottom for me. Definitely towards the bottom for me. But I'm hoping that because of the design of, we wanted to tear it down a little bit, maybe there's something to look forward to. But you never know with this organization.
Yeah. John Koster here in the chat says, criticizing the owner, but to criticize Scott Perry and to criticize Doug Christie is very unfair. The previous GM left them in the worst condition I've ever seen an NBA team. So quit being why don't you give the Kings a fair shot? You've never given them a fair shot. I don't think what I said is critical. I think what I said is a fact.
And what for meaning?
Doug Christie is not a proven head coach. I'm not saying he can't win. I'm not saying he's a bad head coach. Scott Perry has, even as just as a GM running the show, he just hasn't done much. He did some nice things in New York. They went another way. That's the only team that he's really run. This is, you're misunderstanding me, because I'm pointing out that you have people running things right now who have a lot to prove. I stand on that. I don't think you can dispute that. Now, you can say they're going to be great. Maybe they are. I'm not saying they're not. But I don't think you're hearing me if you think I'm criticizing them or coming after them. I am speaking facts, Jay.
Yeah, I think what you said is observing this situation, for me, clarifies a little bit more. It takes out, I guess, takes out a little more of your opinion, and it gives a little more of fact.
Right.
I think that's what you're standing on. This is fact, and that Scott Perry has never been the solo general manager or VP of operations and led a team to the championship.
Right.
Or won a championship.
He did get the Knicks to the playoffs one year.
Yes.
Yes, he did that.
He's been part of organizations like the Pistons and Orlando who have been successful, but he never was the guy.
The one thing the Kings really have in their favor this year is they have a lot of people who should be highly motivated.
Yes.
That starts with some of the players like DeAndre Hunter and Zach LaVine in the last year of contract. So you're playing for something. That's good to have players that are playing for their next job. Scott Perry also, I think. Scott Perry has a wonderful track record. He's very well respected. But he hasn't, as the GM himself, actually built something that was a sustainable winner, which he says he wants to do. That's not a criticism. I think it's great that you have this guy that now has a chance to do that. I'm on board with that. That's a good thing to have. Doug Christie's very motivated. Now, Coach Christie, I don't know how you feel, Jay. To me, unless they win a lot of games this year, I don't know if he'll be invited back, and I think they're going to have a hard time winning a lot of games, but that's not up to me. I just think that's probably the reality of that situation. We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can speak to the fact of Coach Christie being highly motivated. That's never not been an issue for him, right? Never been an issue. So I definitely firmly can stand on that. He's highly motivated and wants to see this team and organization win and be a sustainable winner. I don't know Scott Perry. I don't know, him personally, but from what he says in the media, and he definitely hasn't been shy about talking within the media and having interviews on the sideline. He's been on our network multiple times. Shouts out to Scott Perry for doing so. It seems as if he's in the same category. He wants to be a winner, right? I know a lot of fans definitely question the ownership group of how much do you want to be a winner? Are you willing to go the extra mile? Are you willing to do everything? Are you willing to strive to be great? And if you are, what are you willing to put behind that? Now, that for me definitely could be in question.
Yeah. Yeah, you look at how high the payroll has been, and Scott Perry is trying to kind of whittle that down. They have spent money.
Yeah.
And we can quibble about, what about the luxury tax? They have spent money.
They definitely have spent money.
Which to me is a reflection of a desire to win. You can question the decisions. The desire to win is evident, in my opinion.
Got you. I hear you. I think there are Kings fans who consistently, because of the outcome and the results, question that. But as you say, spending money for you is a formula or proof that says, hey, look, they want to win, meaning the ownership group. I would think that some fans are on the opposite side of, okay, well, Whitey, everybody spends money, but look where you're spending the money. Where are you allocating some of these funds to? So I could see both sides, man. I really, really understand what you're talking about. Like I said, I don't know necessarily for me if they're completely at rock bottom. I know Vivek and the ownership group bought the team in 2013. So 2013, 2014, it was early 2013, right? So 2013, 2014 would have been the first season that they were the owners. You go back and look at a couple of them years, they were very lean.
Yeah, but they also had, back then, you had Isaiah Thomas and you had Rudy Gay and you had DeMarcus Cousins, right?
True.
So it still looked like, okay, you could always believe, especially with DeMarcus, man, there's a chance here. He's an all-star. And now I think this is the first year where the Kings have kind of, without saying it, it's like we're starting over here. Scott Perry has said, we're evaluating. So to the point you made, one of the reasons they're at, in my opinion, a rock bottom is because they've decided we're going to start from here. We're going to go back to square one and start from there.
Got you.
So, yeah, it's not like, wow, they botched that. Now look how bad they are. No, it's like they made organizationally the decision to bring it down and start from here. Again, I think that makes this a fascinating year, a really interesting year, because which of these decisions, these crucial decisions, are they going to hit on? And where do you go from here? And what do you do with the veterans going forward? And how do you negotiate and navigate the issue of we can't tank anymore, but we lose too many games. We're relegated. We lose draft picks. How are they going to handle that? It's going to be fascinating.
Yeah. I love where you're coming from. I would venture to say even last year, I think they was pretty much getting close to rock bottom by design. And the fact that they just had, some leftover baggage in the trunk that they had to get rid of a little bit. And I kind of feel the same way with this year. For me, depending on how you see it when it comes to this year, I think we all know the results. Now, look, can they catch lightning in a bottle? Can lightning strike? Can it be a one-time thing where this team takes off and no one ever sees it? Maybe. Who knows? Small percentage, but it can happen because you can never say never. But I think we all know this year as Kings fans that this year is not going to be the best when it comes to record-wise and playoffs and everything else. Even the most purple-colored glasses wearing Kings fan would have to admit that is very bleak as far as the expectations and the results that's probably going to come out at the end of this season. But who'd you read that? Who was that message? Or excuse me, was that text line or was that
that
the chat?
Was in the chat, and it's John Koster.
Shouts out to John Costner.
Yeah, thank you, John, for your thoughts, whether we agree or not.
Yeah, he definitely sees it maybe a little different. And so, again, that's what makes Kings fans spectacular. But we all got to wait and see, right? We'll definitely see how this thing plays out.
Yeah. As I mentioned earlier, ESPN had for some reason, their projections for the NBA season came out today. They had the Kings with 19 wins. Let's see what friend of the show, Law Murray, says. He has his power rankings came out today. Let's see if he's still going to be a friend of the show, Jay.
Okay.
Yeah. He's got top contenders, in a good place, the bubble, not the tier to fear, and basement floor. We'll just skip down because we know the Kings are not in the contenders. They're not amongst the in a good place. Up out of the way is Detroit and Boston and the Lakers in order. Also the Timberwolves and the Houston Rockets. The bubble, he's got Denver, a lot lower than the ESPN guys have them. Denver, Toronto, and Atlanta, and Miami, and Indiana. Orlando Magic, Portland Trailblazers as well. So that's a big class. Phoenix Suns. Tier 4, not the tier to fear, goes Charlotte, Warriors 20, Clippers 21, Utah Jazz 22, Mavericks 23, Wizards 24, Nets 25. So the basement floor.
In front of us?
Law Murray has 26 Memphis, 27 Sacramento, 28 New Orleans, 29 Chicago, and 30 Milwaukee Bucks. So he's got the Kings ahead of 3 teams, but still 27th in the entire league. Says the Kings have a surplus of veterans returning from zombie seasons. There's at least a clear need for another point guard to complement Acuff. Perhaps there was a spot for Westbrook to return and be that player, but that option is off the table. Yeah, so that's just where it is right now.
Yeah, I just say that. I mean, you ask the most confident Sacramento Kings fan if they're not willing to admit that this season is an uphill battle, then they're definitely fooling themselves. I think, and I'm just using John Coster's remark as we don't know until we know, right?
And that's fair enough, John.
Also, using the word fair, give him a fair shake, Whitey. I think that's what he's saying is because, Scott definitely hasn't led his being the prime general manager or VP, led his teams to a lot of years of multiple success, as he likes to say, sustained success. But he kind of hasn't gotten that many years to do so by himself, right?
Right.
So.
He has been part of organizations that have done that.
Yep.
If I were to say, and I'm not saying this, if I were to say he can't do it, that'd be opinion.
True,
I don't
true.
think that.
Yeah.
If I say, he hasn't done it yet, that's just a fact.
That's fact.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I don't mean to imply that he can't, because I think he's already done some very shrewd things.
No, I don't think you're saying that at all. I think you're kind of cutting it right down the middle, big dog.
Here's the dang deal with the Kings. Acuff is the 5th point guard selected by the Kings in the lottery in the last decade. So at some point, you got to get
5th?
that right. Yeah.
So let's see, Frank Mason,
he has, I say they, this is actually Law Murray, Fox, Halliburton, Davion, and he includes Devin Carter, although I don't think Devin Carter was a point guard.
Well, then there's more then, because you got Acuff, you got Frank Mason. We're talking about last 10 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's more than that then. Because Frank got to be in there, baby, from Kansas.
We'll have to get Law Murray on again.
No problem. Because he's shorting us already. We need every single thing we can get. I don't know if that's a positive look that we've drafted that many point guards.
Right.
But I want it all, Whitey. I want it all, from the socks to the draws, baby. Don't short me at all. Don't say we drafted 5 when we drafted 6.
Just to conclude, my point is not, this is hopeless, this is rock bottom. My point is, this is a really fascinating time in the history of the Sacramento Kings. You've got a lot of people with a lot to prove on the court and running things.
Is this the first time that you can remember that the Kings have tore it down to say, we're rebuilding?
The only other time, because I know Dave has said that over the years, he's pointed that out, and I know I was talking to Jerry Reynolds. Jerry said, they did that in 99, but they did it so quickly no one noticed. And they started over with that. That's Jerry's view. He said they rebuilt the whole thing. Jeff Petrie went in, and it wasn't a matter so much of tearing it down as just adding Weber and bring in Peja, and we go get John Barry and trade for Vlade. And so
was that tearing it down?
Not really tearing it down, but it was kind of a rebuild. It was more what they added than tearing it down.
Basically, you had good bones on the house, but we had to add a new roof.
Yeah.
The landscape, we brought it up to par, but it was there.
Yeah.
We just had to put a little something on it, a little seed in the grass.
Yeah. So the answer to your question is probably,
It's probably the first time in a long time.
And they tried to, I think, put it off, and it got to the point where had to be done, and here we are.
Quickly, what's the number one thing that needs to operate or needs to go right this year for you?
Acuff just needs to look by the end of the year like he needs to be better and needs to look like he can be a focal point, I think.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, there's lots to it, but that's the main thing.
I'm with you. He's got to look like a ball player.
Yeah. He doesn't have to, average 27 a game.
No.
He just has to be getting better, and by the end of the year, look like, okay, he's
going to
hold
be a
this thing
baller.
down.
Yeah.
We'll come back and look at 49ers made a decent trade yesterday, but that's not what they're talking about today, by the way. All that and more next. Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
The groundbreaking advanced FUE treatment from Advanced Hair is finally here in Sacramento and the Bay Area. Some of you might have a receding hairline or thinning, or if you're lucky, a bald spot. Thankfully, you no longer have to travel far to get the very best in hair restoration. Advanced Hair has decades of experience using breakthrough technology that regrows your own natural hair, even in the places where it's disappeared for years. It's a simple one-day treatment, and your new hair it begins regrowing the very next day. And the best part, it's guaranteed to grow for life. In celebration of Advanced Hair's grand opening in Sacramento and the Bay Area, get special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Schedule your free consultation to find out if you qualify. 916-314-HAIR. The best team in technology in hair restoration are finally here. 916-314-HAIR, or become inspired with before and afters at advancedhair.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to the end of summer sale at AutoZone. We're celebrating the end of long days and short nights with big deals for a short time. Like on Wash and Wax, you can get 3 Meguiar's products for just $20. Need new brakes? Duralast brake pads are free with the purchase of Duralast rotors. We've also got oil deals and more. We're ending the summer right with the end of summer sale at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
T-Mobile is launching something no other wireless network offers. Introducing Nothing. Pay nothing today and walk out of the store with a new phone.
What did he say?
Nothing.
You definitely said something about nothing.
Exactly. Go to T-Mobile, pay nothing up front, and leave with a new phone.
Wait, nothing rules.
She gets it.
Hey, thanks for nothing.
For the first time ever, switch to T-Mobile, pay nothing. No taxes, no fees, no money down. And walk out with a new phone. There are 250 reasons to choose T-Mobile, and now nothing is holding you back.
On eligible devices with qualifying credit plan and 36-month finance agreement.
Toyota's national sales event is on now. Summer isn't over yet, and neither is your chance to explore California in a Toyota. Get 3.99% APR plus $500 finance cash on 2026 Tacoma SR5. Or get 2.99% APR on 2026 Tundra. Time's running out to take advantage of Toyota's national sales event before summer ends. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Cannot be combined with other offers. Cashback offer excludes Tundra TRD Pro. Ends 8/31/26.
Today, we tip our wrench to Rock Auto customer Jeremy.
I've been a RockAuto.com customer for over 15 years, and now even my kids order their parts there. Prices are always far lower than the local auto parts store. Selection is massive, and the site makes it unbelievably easy to find exactly what we need. Every order shows up fast, and the quality is always top tier. RockAuto.com has earned my trust for life, and I highly recommend them.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe, plus free delivery on any mattress. Ends Monday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 13, the catch 3.
Also referred to as the grab by some, the game-winning 14-yard touchdown pass from Alex Smith to Vernon Davis with 9 seconds left lifted the Niners over the Saints 36-32 in an NFC divisional playoff game. Ted Robinson, the floor is yours.
Alex takes the snap. Alex looking. Got it. The post, and it's got him. Come on. Touchdown. Touchdown 49. Vernon Davis with the play of his life. Alex Smith with the play of his life. And the 49ers are 9 seconds away from playing for the NFC Championship.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140. The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
I don't know if you believe in better late than never, but this is a true story. I was at a Kings game in the old Arco in 1989, and there was a guy that came by to say hi, and he was a listener to the show. I was on at the time. And even back then, I used to talk about baseball cards and stuff. And I guess he was a big Cincinnati Red fan. And he was like, oh, you should give me a Johnny Bench card. And I remember saying, I have two, I'll give you one. That was 1989. And he would listen. His name is Ryan. He would listen over the years at different stations. He eventually moved to Oregon. And I'd see him, and I'd say, I got to get to that card. I just sent it to him, Jay, and he just got it. And he said, great. 30 years later, but great. So better late.
Attaboy, Stretch.
Because this is a guy, even though he's not here, when I went from one show to another or something, he'd say, oh, that's great, all the best, enjoyed listening to you. So it's like, I got to send that guy that card.
Attaboy. Hey, better late than never.
I said
Kept your
I'd
word.
do it.
That's
I
right.
said I'd do it.
That's
so.
right. Didn't put no timing on it.
Right.
Yep. I'll get it done. That's what I'm talking about. What kind of card?
1972 Topps Johnny Bench.
Okay.
Depending on condition, it's not nothing.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's something from you, though, of value. So that's all that matters.
I got two. I'll send you one.
Attaboy. The fact that you even knew where this thing was over the last 30 years
Every
is
so
astonishing.
often, you forget about that. Every so often I think, and then it's like, I just got to send it to him.
At this point, what does your collection look like?
It's got a lot of early 70s stuff that means a lot to me. I don't know how valuable, quote unquote, it is, it's not worth nothing, but it's not like, oh my goodness, you've got a massive collection. But it's stuff that I like.
That's all that
early
matters.
70s baseball and basketball, a lot of that
boy.
stuff. Yeah.
Boy, that's
I
all
got some
that
Jordans
matters.
in there. I got some stuff mixed in here and there.
I know you do.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Flatlining the conversation a little bit, but I hear you.
Yeah.
I know you got a little razzle-dazzle, a little twist.
By the way, it turns out that the autograph book that used to be my dad's that has 250 signatures, we sent it out, or Emron sent it to PSA, and they authenticated it.
Yeah.
They said, you got to send us more money to authenticate this. And they said, yes, it's all good except for where, it says Mark Lowe, my brother scribbled on it. Whatever, that's fine.
That's right.
But it's got Honus Wagner, it's got a lot of Hall of Famers. Man. Apparently it's not worth nearly as much as some people thought. It's worth in the neighborhood of $5K.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, to me, it's like, great. But, I've talked to some people who thought it was worth a lot more than that.
Got you.
Yeah. Apparently one guy said if I took it's just got pages and pages of signatures.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently somebody told Emron if he ever cut out the individual signatures and got them graded individually, it'd probably be worth a lot more, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
Yeah. But, it's kind of one of those things where it's a one-of-one piece, right?
Yep.
And, of course, it came from father, which came from uncle, or grandfather. Which one was
my
it?
dad's uncle.
Dad's uncle, got you. So it's a one-on-one piece, baby. You keep that in the Gleason family bloodline until,
That's right.
down the road, maybe Kenji's kids or someone else is like, Honus Wagner, who's that?
Or maybe someday here on the radio, I'll just say, caller 7.
That part. Give it away.
Give it away now. Probably not going to do that. But you never know.
You're going to send it off like the Johnny Bench card? Are those the only 2 Johnny Bench cards you had?
No,
okay.
But those are probably the best ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Johnny Bench. He could throw, Jay. I was never a Reds fan, but he could throw.
Bazooka.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bazooka on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm. The 49ers made a trade yesterday. They traded a running back to the Saints who needed a running back. They got a linebacker, and the 49ers need a linebacker. But that's not what the 49ers are talking about today. Also, George Kittle is back. Looks like he might play in the opener against the Rams in Australia. But that's not what people are talking about today, Jay. Down by the bay when it comes to the 49ers with Jed York pleading no contest to disorderly conduct and possession of criminal tools. Disorderly conduct charge initially was a charge of engaging in prostitution, and that's what people are talking about.
Yeah, that $140 has taken Jed York into the wrong place of a lot of people's conversation
Don't
today.
make any jokes.
No, we're, as you said last segment, we're only spitting facts.
That's right.
The
don't want to say anything about anything.
The
cell phone. No, I'm saying. Sorry.
Yeah, man. I don't even know. Normally when people are going through difficult times or situations, you say, man, I wish them well. Mm-hmm. I hope that when it's all said and done, the outcome allows them to be a better person.
Mm-hmm.
Can you even say that? I mean, can you say that with this instance, or is that wishing because of the act? Am I like overseeing the act? I don't even know. Just do you, Jed York? How about that? Do you?
Yeah, I can see how someone may have some empathy for someone who now is in a humiliating situation, right? I mean, publicly, it's like, this is everywhere. Is mugshot
everywhere.
Is everywhere. And even if you could point out, and I think correctly, it's like, wow, well, whose fault is that? Okay, yeah, but we do all make mistakes, and you could have empathy.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I make them weekly, daily, hourly.
Columbiana County prosecutor told ESPN in an email that he also could not offer any additional details about York's case beyond confirming that the charges were reduced as part of a plea agreement. My understanding is, I did a little research into this, because I know some people may look at this and say, wow, he was arrested on engaging in prostitution, and then they reduced that. And apparently that happens a lot in cases like this. So based on what I was reading, it's not a case of special treatment for him because he's the owner of the 49ers. So for what that's worth.
Well, there's plenty of people that probably would argue that, and the money factor that's involved, and the type of power he's willing.
The prosecutor, Jay, said this was routine for someone facing those types of charges in our area and not having a history of this type of criminal conduct in his past. Yeah. That, again, is from the Columbiana County prosecutor. I know that Jed York, from what I read, has made a request to have this expunged from his record.
I bet.
Okay, but I mean, at this point,
we all know, right?
Yeah,
it's the Reggie Bush Heisman effect. Like,
yeah,
you could take it, but we all know he was the best player.
Unless you get that Men in Black thing, you're not going to expunge it from anyone's mind.
No,
right?
No, yeah. What was it? The neuralizer. That's what it was called, right? Men in Black, the neuralizer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm actually a fan of Men in Blacks. They were okay. Even the one that was up in Europe or whatever it was. With,
how many did they do? 3?
I think they did 4.
Okay.
I think they did 3 with the fellas, Will Smith and Jack, and then 4th with
Will Smith and
Tommy. I'm sorry,
Jones,
I said Jack. Tommy. And then the 4th was with my guy who's Iron Man, Chris Hemsworth. Is that? I mean, not Iron Man.
Thor.
Thor. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's Chris Hemsworth, right? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's his name. They did one with him, and I can't remember the young lady's name. She's been in a bunch of stuff. She was You ever see Creed? Any of the Creeds?
No.
Wait a minute. You've never seen any Creed?
I should have pulled a stars there. Oh, yeah. I really like him.
She was Valkyrie. She was Valkyrie and
Tessa Thompson.
There you go.
Okay.
I should have known. Just go Marvel. You would have that.
That's right.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. So we're still awaiting any punishment from the NFL. The NFL has to do something at some point. They have to do that balance of, they don't have to, but they will try to balance appearing to be socially responsible and not trying to make trouble for the 49ers or the league. So good luck with that.
But can we discuss the fact that you've never seen Creed?
There's not much to discuss. I haven't.
By choice?
There's some huge swaths of just like didn't see anything from these certain periods. I'm on it, Jay. I'm
you
not,
just gave
I'm
up
not proud of
television?
it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not proud of it. I'll work on it. Which one should I see first?
Well, you got to start them in order, chronological order.
All right.
1, 2, 3, baby.
Done. All right. I'll get back to you.
It is 2026, and my boy ain't seen Creed.
I got you.
Have you seen all the Rockies? Like even the last ones with Tarver in it.
No, I don't think so. I'm not even sure I saw 2 with Ivan Drago.
Are you kidding me?
I've seen
Drago's
the first
4.
Oh, okay. I got all I needed from the first one.
2 was a
another
rematch.
One? Okay.
2 was a rematch of Apollo.
Yeah.
3 is Mr. T, right? And then 4 is Drago.
Okay.
Then 5 is top 5 with Tommy Morrison. Yeah.
5?
Yeah. Was it?
I'm not gonna catch
Did you not see the rematch of part 2?
No, I don't think I did.
What? Whitey.
Didn't do it for me.
You've always seen
the first one was so good. I didn't want to spoil it. You know what's funny is when we were in Vegas, we're watching Frankie had it on.
Yeah.
And we're watching it, and they were talking about the bicentennial, you know. And Frankie, and I understand, he goes, Whitey, what's the bicentennial? And I said, that was, 200 years. He goes, oh, yeah, like now it's 250. Back then it was, yeah. He didn't know what the bicentennial was.
I can't believe you've only seen one Rocky. That's an abomination.
I'll probably keep it that way.
That's an abomination.
But I will catch up on the creeds when we come back. We're on the verge of seeing baseball history, and not the good kind. That's coming up on Sactown Sports.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose. And millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's going on for the Make This the Summer Sales event.
Right now, you can save up to $9,500 off MSRP on one of the most capable Jeeps on the road, the new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys. It's hard not to make good memories with this Jeep and all you can explore.
Ooh, those Willys are pretty cool. But what about something to move the family around with back-to-school season upon us?
We got you covered there, too. Right now, you can lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Wagoneer for 36 months for only $759 per month, with only $54.95 due at signing. If you need something to help get the family moving, this is the Jeep to do it in style and luxury.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$9,500 total net savings on new 2026 Jeep Wrangler Willys after dealer discount, factory incentives. Incentives may include $1,000 Hoblet trade-in assistance for eligible trade, $500 military first responder bonus cash for eligible members. Offer subject to residency verification. Do with this net savings. VIN number 296919, 296918. Grand Wagoneer lease on approved credit. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. Sample VIN 183978. MSRP $66,790. Excludes tax, title, and license fee. See dealer for details.
Hey, Sactown, High Flyer here. Something big is coming. DraftKings Games Day arrives a massive deal, exclusive deals, and all-day celebration built for fans and sports. The countdown has begun. All roads are leading to game day. The DraftKings Sports app is now live in all 50 states, from California to Florida. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, new era, and big day in sports history. Get ready to celebrate new DraftKings customers. Sign up with code Sactown. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That code, once again, Sactown, in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Tradings involve risk of loss, market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expires in 1 year. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Pa. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow.
Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy-to-set-up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard. October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Sky River Casino and Joel Gott Wines. More info at CITPFest.com.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Sactown Sports.
Jay and I were just talking about boxing movies because we were talking about the Creed series, which for me is like, must see. And we were talking about, at some point, must see at some point. Just like I sent that guy, Ryan Lamb, the baseball card 30 years later. So I've seen Creed, just not yet.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen it, just not yet. But we were talking about which sports are represented the best on the big screen, and I think for the most part, none of them are. If you watch baseball in a baseball movie, it's like, that's not how they play baseball, or even golf. There's some terrible golf scenes in movies. But I asked Jay for his favorite boxing scenes, and you said Creed had the best boxing scenes?
Yeah, I think they had the most authentic, close to the most authentic. It was pretty good action, like I was kind of telling you. Two things I just dislike about boxing movies, because I'm a huge boxing fan, is round one, boxing movies, people come out swinging, brawling. It's like, that don't really happen in boxing. Mm-hmm. There are some exceptions to the rule where there's some good fights and, fights of the year, stuff like that. But most boxing fights don't start out with both people brawling. Mm-hmm. It's a fill-out round. It's 10 punches thrown by one, 4 by the other, 7. And, they're getting that good lather of sweat on. That's one. And then the other thing is especially now in boxing, like the last 10 years or so, the brawls and you pounding on somebody with 20 punches in a row, like that's out the window now. You hit a person with a 10-piece combination, and they get to staggering it. Yeah. The ref is pretty much jumping in. Stop the fight! Back in the Rocky day, you could kick them, hit them with a chair, drop an elbow off the top rope, and they're just like, oh, no, go back over there. Like, hey. Yeah, that's different. And, so that's the only thing now is, keep it authentic. But I understand. It's entertainment.
You ever seen $1 Million Baby?
I have, yeah.
I like that movie.
It's a good movie.
I mean, it's not the most uplifting.
No. Talk about rock bottom. Man.
Yeah.
This is the one thing I give Creed. For as much as the storyline has to happen, and I won't tell a story, even though, I won't either. Should have been seen it by now.
I won't spoil it.
No, yeah, but I'm not going to. The only reason I'm not is to spoil it for you, so when you watch it in 10 years down the road, it's a travesty you have not seen any more Rockies and none of the Creeds, though. But for all the storyline Creed has, the fighting scenes are pretty dope, too.
Mm-hmm. Are Creed movies, do you consider them sequels to Rocky, which would mean there's been like 10 Rocky movies, or is it a separate offshoot?
It's not.
In your opinion,
it's not because of the storyline, especially the first one and the second one. Again, without spoiling it, but the third one, which is Michael B, kind of took over.
I know.
I know you know, right? But and Ryan kind of took over.
Yeah, with the boxing.
Yeah.
See, I know.
They took over. I think I don't want to say the rights or whatever, but when they signed the deal, they have the creative control. And so they're kind of steering it now past Sylvester Stallone Rocky because he wasn't in the third one. Mm-hmm. He was in the first two. Now, I will give you that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but beyond that. And then the second Creed involves the one that you thought was part 2, but was actually part 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Drago was in 4. Yeah,
Ivan Drago. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, so his son plays a part in 2 and 3, actually.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
It's a travesty you haven't seen Creed.
I agree.
What are we doing here?
Do something about it.
Man, you out there going to baseball games, but you ain't watching Creed?
We're on the verge, Jay, of seeing baseball history, not the good kind. Because, as you may or may not know, the fewest wins in Major League history by a team that reached the postseason is 82. Okay? The 73 Mets were 82 and 79. They actually ended up going to the World Series, almost won it. And in 2005, the Padres were 82 and 80. Okay? That's the fewest wins by a team in the postseason. 6 teams reach the postseason each year in each league. Only 5 teams in the American League have a winning record right now, which means if the playoffs started today, for the first time in Major League history, we'd have a team in the MLB postseason with a losing record. I guess it's inevitable when you keep expanding the playoff field, but it's never happened before. We're on track for it this year, Jay.
Yeah.
You talk about shameful.
AL West, huh?
AL West, and also you've got, well, right now, the team that would be the final wild card team. Yeah, the AL West is part of it as well. Huh?
Yeah, the AL West is struggling. The Houston Astros, their record?
Yeah. You would have, let's see, the Texas Rangers would be a wild card team. They're tied with Cleveland at 65 and 66. Losing records, playoff teams. And, yeah, the Astros are leading the West at that same 65 and 66. So maybe somebody wins enough games to avoid that. I think it would be nice if Toronto were able to rally to the point where they ended up in the postseason after last year, coming so close to beating the Dodgers. But that's where baseball is right now. By the way, as far as next year, will there be baseball next year? Rob Manfred was on ESPN last night. He says, we want to play next year, which, of course, it's what they say. But hopefully, as Mark Kreidler pointed out today, we talked to Mark Kreidler because his son Ryan is in town tonight. Twins playing the A's. Mark Kreidler thinks baseball is doing too well right now. And, yeah, the owners will lock the players out, and there'll be a lot of saber rattling. But at some point next year, they'll come to some agreement that'll save the season. Jay, I hope he's right.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he's right. I hope we have baseball next season on time.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
And if not on time, at least get 150 games, something.
Well, just be quicker than you are to watching some of these movies. How about that?
No, wait. Now some of these movies?
And sending the Johnny Bench card out.
It was Creed. Now it's some of these movies?
Rocky and Creed. And Creed, yeah.
I've seen Rocky.
You saw one.
That's the only
one of
that
7.
really
I think it's 7.
That's the only one that really matters. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We'll get to the phones when we come back. Okay. 49ers only have 2 practices before heading to Australia. 2 big questions remain if you don't count the one about the owner. All that next. We'll dive into it on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder, thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration.
Thunder.
The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Thunder, feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
You're locked into things you can't change. Weather, traffic.
Stay in your lane!
Your carrier's price hikes. Unlock a better way. Switch to Boost Mobile. Keep your phone and get $25 a month forever. No contracts. Get to Boost. Get unlocked. Get going. After 30 GB, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost $25 unlimited plan.
When you're finally off the clock after a long day, dishes put away, kids asleep, feet kicked up, heartburn. Don't let heartburn take over your hard-earned moment. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Nothing works faster for heartburn relief. Alka-Seltzer effervescent tablets begin neutralizing stomach acid in seconds, so you can get back to your one more episode marathon. Quick, Alka-Seltzer. Because nothing works faster for heartburn relief. Use as directed.
The groundbreaking advanced FUE treatment from Advanced Hair is finally here in Sacramento and the Bay Area. Some of you might have a receding hairline or thinning, or if you're lucky, a bald spot. Thankfully, you no longer have to travel far to get the very best in hair restoration. Advanced Hair has decades of experience using breakthrough technology that regrows your own natural hair, even in the places where it's disappeared for years. It's a simple one-day treatment, and your new hair, it begins regrowing the very next day. And the best part, it's guaranteed to grow for life. In celebration of Advanced Hair's grand opening in Sacramento and the Bay Area, get special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Schedule your free consultation to find out if you qualify. 916-314-HAIR. The best team in technology and hair restoration are finally here. 916-314-HAIR, or become inspired with before and afters at advancedhair.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322. 800-375-2322.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Toyota's national sales event is on. Save big on Toyota's 21 hybrid and electrified models. Score deals on the 50 MPG Corolla Hybrid and 51 MPG Camry. Get 1.99% APR on the all-electric 2026 CHR. Or get 0% APR plus $500 finance cash on that fully electric 2026 BZ and the BZ Woodland. Toyota's national sales event is on now. Stop by your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Offers available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Cannot be combined with other offers. Ends 8/31/26.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140. Your local sports leader. Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
My apologies. We spent a nice little chunk of the show talking about chicken and waffles, having no idea today is National Waffle Day. I happened to see something on X, I think it was Joe Salvatore, who my follower said, Happy National Waffle Day to those who observe. I was like, what? Yeah, National Waffle Day is August 24th, Jay, so I apologize for not wishing you a happy National Waffle Day sooner, my friend. Waffles are great. Jay's going to get some waffles tonight.
I was going to say, probably all the more reason for us to partake.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to slide and, get something.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're going to the ball game. I'm pretty sure Southern Health Park does not have chicken and waffles on the menu.
They don't that I know of. But
now,
I'll check.
If you had the connection like I thought we did and calling the man, the MC, pretty sure get you up to the, up there with the big boys and maybe get you something specially made. But my man can't even get a number on his back.
No. Balance Styles will be back in a couple weeks. He's on deferred paternity leave. So we heard from Alan today. He'll be back before you know it. We're carrying on. Jay and Whitey, 339-1140, 1-800-912-1140. Jeff has been hanging on. Hey, Jeff, you're on with the Drive Guys. What can we do for you?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. So got my truck, several, minutes back, just in time to hear you telling the story about the Johnny Bench card.
Yeah.
And sending it to Ryan, who's a fan, and Ryan had moved to Oregon, and I'm there thinking, well, my friend Ryan is a big Reds fan, and yeah, he moved to Oregon. So I hear your story, so I text him. I said, hey, Ryan, did Whitey Gleason send you a Johnny Bench card? He goes, yeah, I just got it today. How'd you know?
There you go.
The timing of that was just awesome. Now, I have no idea how you tracked him down or got the connection to him up in Oregon, but I guarantee you that guy is a huge Reds fan and will definitely appreciate that card.
Well, thank you, Jeff. Thanks for hanging on to share that. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And on his behalf, thank you for saying that to him. I know he's going to appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, and let that be a lesson. Jay and I, we know where everybody lives. Right, Jay?
I'm on you.
I don't want to tell you how.
Yes, sir.
We know where everybody lives.
I'm on you.
Yeah. We know where the 49ers are going in a couple of weeks, going to Australia, of course. They have only 2 or 3 practices before heading to Australia. And, and I know everything today with the 49ers is about Jed York, and we've talked about that. And we appreciate all the, the jokes and everything. But just for now, we're talking about what's going on with the football team. And Vic Tafer points out that there are 2 big questions remain. Says there were 3. One had to do with the secondary. Looks like that has been taken care of. 2 big questions are who will rush the quarterback and who will play left guard. Also, good news yesterday for the Niners was that George Kittle and Christian McCaffrey returned to practice. Kittle for the first time since he tore his Achilles 7 months ago. Also back were Dejon Stribling and Diamador Lenore. They were wearing different colored jerseys to signal to stay clear of their sore shoulders. And McCaffrey, Jay. McCaffrey says, this whole thing, I was away, but this was kind of part of the plan from the jump to ramp up pretty big, get 9 or 10 practices in, kind of come back down and then ramp up again so we're fresh for the duration. I don't really care. As long as he's fine, that's fine. I don't buy it. I mean, why wouldn't Kyle Shanahan have said, yeah, he's taking some time off. This was kind of part of the plan,
Yeah. I would say it's kind of a two-way street for me. If that was the plan, then just stand on it. Why not say that?
Right.
Which is kind of what you're talking about.
Right.
And because the 49ers have been very secretive over the last, handful of years about injuries, especially CMC, there's reason to not have an issue. But he jumped out there. I don't know if you've seen any film from today. I mean, he's toting the rock, man. He's moving. Like, I saw a couple guys post today, and looked like he was pretty close to 75, 80, 90% speed. Didn't look like he was coming off the gas pedal. So the petrol was in the car, and looks like he at least tested it today. Now, I don't know if that's coming off the tightness or what he is saying is for real. Maybe CMC let the cat out the bag and he wasn't supposed to. Maybe they might get fined now. Who knows? But Shanahan and them have an issue with that, with their conversation, with the way they go about things. And they don't really care, so it feels like some people don't care. And I'm pretty sure even if they are to get fined $50,000, $100,000, it ain't coming out of his pocket, so he don't care about that. But as a fan, as someone that is, dedicating time, effort, money, whatever the heck you want to say to the 49ers, it would be nice for you to come out and just tell the truth sometime.
Right. Yes, that's it. That's the issue. The 49ers are at times, and many organizations are, but I think they're more guilty of it than other organizations, of some organizational arrogance.
Yes.
And part of that is when we hear that McCaffrey has tightness. We're not sure why he's not playing. And then there was speculation. Maybe that was irresponsible speculation that there's also some contract things going on. Obviously, we're going to talk about it. So it rubs me the wrong way when McCaffrey says, obviously, when you don't practice, the way the media works now is a firestorm. Well, the media's doing their job. You're Christian McCaffrey. If you're not playing, then the media's trying to figure out why.
Right.
Not that big a deal, but still, come on. Stop trying to blame it on the media.
And
That's why like you say, he's practicing today. Great. I don't really care. We can move on, but I'm not buying this. Oh, it's kind of part of the plan all along. What's the big deal?
And that's the thing, Whitey. Even if you take it for face value, be better, 49ers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stop all that nonsense. Like, you don't have to, put the banana in the tailpipe on people.
You're not fooling anybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can't get upset as the player, and I'm not saying he was upset, but you can't get out here and throw out just some nonsense. Well, the way the media and the tornado that the media has, it eats up everything at this point. But, yeah, if your coach would have came out, albeit he had some issues too.
That's right.
And that's the thing about the 49ers.
Yeah.
It's never quiet.
Yeah.
There's always something going on.
And when you don't share what's actually going on, that creates more speculation.
Yes.
And, yeah, that's why there's a media firestorm.
Right.
So stop not telling everything and then complaining that everyone is making a big deal of something.
Ain't no damn sense. Why?
Yeah. But they act like we're stupid.
Yeah.
How do you think?
They mad because they stupid.
Yeah, and I guess he was enjoying the Jed York story.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. I've seen some. Listen, we've refrained from jokes on this show all day. But if you open that social network, I mean, it's hysterical. This one I knew it was real. And I think I've said this before. When, like we've talked about gauging people's superstardom, how big is their star? And I always say, two things come across for me. If my mom knows you as an athlete, you're a star. For whatever reason she knows you, you're a star, right? And then the second part of it is when it comes to sports, my wife likes the 49ers, but she's born into the family. She's from the city, things like that. So she follow them, but she ain't watching no games like that. She sit down with me here and there.
Yeah.
But when my wife comes across and it's like, this early in the morning, I was still rolling over in the bed. Man, what's up with the 49ers owner getting caught? I'm like, what with a prostitute? I'm like, huh? What are you talking about? She woke me up to tell me that. That's when I know something is really popping, right? We ain't talking about no content creation. We ain't talking about the sale at Nordstrom's that she want to talk about. We talking about the owner of the 49ers getting caught doing some things he wasn't supposed to. I said, baby, is that a spoof? What you watch? What you looking at? She like, nah, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's when I know it's real, baby. That's when I know it's real.
I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way for the 49ers to handle it. They probably will just, based on their statement, which came out today and said, we're not going to comment on this. It's a legal matter that has been, what's the term? Resolved. Yeah. I really think that they probably would be better off if Jed York came out, doesn't have to take questions, but said, this is what happened. I regret it. This is what we're doing. But yes, this is where we are. But what they'll probably do is nothing. Like we were saying, that's kind of the 49er way. And then they'll just let it linger and then stare down anybody who has the audacity to ask about it.
Right.
How can you ask about that? Right. Oh, it's media. So,
yeah.
But I hope they can figure a way out to get it at least semi-resolved before they go to Australia.
Well, I'll repeat. I just want to make sure this doesn't creep into the football operations.
Right.
I don't want to say I could care less about Jed York and his personal situation because, again, that's not sympathizing or being empathetic or what's going on. It is self-inflicted, though. Not saying we don't make mistakes. I'm just worried about the football team. And I know he's part of it. He owns it. I'm just worried about the play on the football field. Whatever Jed York and his legal team decides and his family, how they want to, and the team, how they want to move forward with it, more power to you. If I'm hearing you correct, Whitey, you want to see him hit the dash? You want to see him at the PC and talk? Or are you good with a statement on some paper?
At least a statement on paper.
Okay.
I mean, I just think it's out there. Everyone knows it, so at least acknowledge it.
Got you. Well, we know it's out there.
Well, yeah.
We all know it's there now.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't help but miss it today, man.
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't help but see it today.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you couldn't miss it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is number one story in the
And I do think
world.
the league needs to, this is a serious issue, human trafficking. And I know that the phone that he had to give to the Mahoning Valley Human Trafficking Task Force. Now, I obviously don't know the particulars of this, but the point is the league has to do something. The league has to suspend him for, I don't know,
some type of amount of games.
Yeah.
I'm with you. How do you suspend an owner?
Well, they do it. It just means you have to watch the game on TV, right? But that's what, these are kind of ceremonial, symbolic acts anyway. These suspensions, especially for an owner.
You know what? Just go ahead and sit at the $1 million pad, man. Don't even worry about it. Don't even waste your time putting on the suit. Just watch it from the house.
Yeah. And then if you try to do that, if you're Goodell, and if the 49ers say, well, wait, Robert Kraft didn't get any punishment. Why are we getting punished? So that, the 49ers could make it a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe you walk in there as you're talking about doing having a statement or releasing a statement or having a press conference or something, just standing up and explaining what happened. Maybe the organization, meaning the 49ers, goes to the league and say, hey, look, man, like we see with colleges, we will self-impose what's going on here.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we'll make a donation.
Yes.
Get out in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
It matters to us. The league is looking at it before they do something. This is what we want to do. I think that's a way of getting out in front of it. And hopefully there's even some sincerity in that.
Yeah, I hope. I truly hope.
Mm-hmm.
What you think, Jed York phone? You think that was his only phone?
Telephone line. Give me some time. I'm sorry, Jay. I didn't actually.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I had to give one. Maybe that wasn't even a joke. I was just asking a question.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because it gives me the opportunity again for anybody who may still be curious about that to clarify the term that we heard in the story about criminal tools, possession of criminal tools. And according to Ohio's statute, if you have a device that is used in the process of carrying out a crime, whether it's a car or whatever you have or your phone, it is considered a criminal tool, a tool that was used to commit a crime, not that the tool itself is. So anyway, that's where criminal tools comes in, and I just want to clarify that because it sounds so sinister when you first hear about it. Whoa, he had a criminal tool? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he hit Mrs. Hall over the head with a candle holder, like guess, a clue, like come on, man, who knows, man? It's I don't know.
Yeah,
we will see how this thing turns out, Whitey. We will definitely probably hear from the NFL very soon. I know they put out a 2-sentence statement today. 49ers put out a 1-sentence statement.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over. Like I said, to whatever you believe, it's something's going to play out. It could be in the NFL, something's going to play out.
That's why, to me, the 49ers' best play is to get out in front of it.
Self-impose it?
Yeah, and take care of it to the extent that they can. And, hey, please don't ask our players about this. They don't have anything to do with this. Please don't ask our coaches. Then someone still can.
Yep.
But you put it on yourself. This is where we are with this. This is where it all is. This is what we're doing about it.
You probably won't see it in the PC for the team unless they haven't said those things. But you can believe there's going to be some players who's going to have to answer some questions in some of these podcasts they go on. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it, you really have to probably be remiss if as a player you didn't hear it come through at some point, from somebody from the outside looking in. Because I don't think we really know the full gist of what happened, what went down, and it's not our business. But, here we go. As the media, as people, they want to know. They want to know the intricacies of what's going down. And is it still affecting you guys? Is it still on you guys' mind?
Yeah.
Is the locker room distracted? All these different questions. So somebody's going to get it.
Yeah. And again, to me, the fact that you're part of an entity, Jed York is part of an entity that is selling things to me based on certain assumptions about what the league stands for. To me, if someone crosses the line, then to me, I feel like as a fan, the media just, the media is about truth. Media is that's their job. But as a fan, I feel like, okay, that's private, but you do owe me something because you're trying to sell me something.
Yeah.
So these two things don't make sense together. Meanwhile, we've got Daquan Wright. He didn't play a snap against the Bills on Saturday night. He was dressed in a Browns uniform for an NFL preseason game, and according to Manny Navarro, if Daquan Wright clears waivers, the next uniform he puts on will likely be the purple and gold of the LSU Tigers, Jay, and a lot of people are going crazy over this.
Yeah, what Tom Munkin said over the weekend is like, man, I got a call from Lane Kiffin and didn't respond to him. He's like, now, thank you for bringing that up. Now I know why he called me.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably was like, man, go ahead and cut him. Well, it already happened now. It's the Wild Wild West, man. Mm-hmm. It really is when it comes to college, NIL, and me as a person who was a college athlete who didn't get paid and all that good stuff, I would say this. I like the fact that everything that's been I guess the way we've done it for so long is being tore down. Mm-hmm. No doubt about it. Mm-hmm. I know there are some people who don't like what's going on with college compared to 50 years ago. But for me, I'm good. Tear it all down so we can build up something that is actually righteous. Like the way it was being done and the way college students were getting taken advantage of and, all that, man, well, you're getting a scholarship and all that. Like, yeah, that's fine and dandy, man. That's cool. And I'm not, trying to make that as if like that's minute, but there's just too much money going around for some of these young fellas not to be compensated. And so, I'm not saying it's right now. I'm just saying the old system, the old regime has been tore down. I think we're still trying to figure out like what's next, how we're going to, police some of these things. But it's a wild, wild west right now, brother.
Mm-hmm. So you got 2 weeks left before LSU opens the season against Clemson. So they're looking to add Wright, who we talked about. Former Notre Dame defensive end Junior Tuihalamaka and Zvanian Harris. These are fifth-year college players whose careers appear to have moved beyond Saturdays. Wright and Harris had already signed NFL contracts as undrafted free agent. Kiffin wants them. He says they're either going to play for you or they're going to play somewhere else around the country. So we made the decision to recruit them, like probably most people are. So Lane Kiffin sees this inefficiency in the market, and he's trying to get these players that were in training camps and now will be playing college football.
Yeah. Hey, more power to you, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It's the precedent has been set that anything goes.
The roster for LSU will be paid, according to The Athletic, the LSU roster will be paid this year, well over $40 million.
Yeah. That's hey, look, that's what it takes to compete at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It takes money. I saw something a couple weeks ago, maybe a week ago. I was looking at it, and I was looking at the top 10 the 10 highest paid college football programs that they're paying out to the athletes. And at the bare minimum, it was $30 million in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just becoming a thing. You're going to have to spend money to really win at this point.
I understand the view that the previous NCAA president could have done something about this the last couple of years ago. Maybe they could have found a way before he left office to rein some of this in. But I'm with you, Jay. I feel like the players should have these opportunities. College football is now professional football.
Always has been.
Yeah. But now we know it. There's no more pretending that it's something sacred because it's amateur athletics. It, as you say, it never was that. So why should we miss the days when we pretended it was? That's the way I see it.
Yeah. I mean, it's for the better. Depending on who you ask and, where you come from and what you believe, what's going on may be a little bit too much for certain people. But as I said, you kind of have to go away from the system to kind of figure out what the next system is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're just in the middle of those years right now where the old style of doing things is pretty much gone. Like it's out the window for the most part. Recruiting, like all the different ways. And Mark Kryler talked about it earlier. He joined us earlier in the show. Talked about, being recruited, how it was then versus now. It's like, man, and he also said, I'm glad that I didn't have to go through it now, under these, I guess, specific rules. But it just becomes one of those things, Whitey, where as athletes, the NIL has proven to be very, I guess, it's proven to be something that they want to stand on. And athletes have talked about this for a very long time. I can go back, Ed O'Bannon, the O'Bannon brothers. Remember, they kicked it off. I remember Rashad McCants had a little wave talking about pay, college athletes. And they weren't the first. The O'Bannon just kind of stood on a little more, right? But we're at this point now. I don't know where we're going. I know where we came from. And if you look back, it looks archaic. It really does. The old system looks very archaic compared to how quickly and how fast we've gotten to this point. To each their own about how you feel college athletes and, NIL and transfer portals and all these different things are happening now. That's to you. But I definitely know the way we used to do it wasn't the right way either.
The biggest story of the day that we haven't gotten to yet in this segment is, again, Deshaun Watson. He will open the season as the Browns' starting quarterback. That's according to Coach Todd Monken. And in his first news conference as a Browns starter, Deshaun Watson said he regretted his post-game comments Saturday in which he called fans disrespectful for booing him. So does he really feel that way? I don't know. Is the booing ever going to stop for Deshaun Watson? Certainly not unless he starts playing a lot better, and even then I don't think it will from Browns fans. It's just a terrible, terrible combination in the view of fans who see that he, was accused of some terrible sexual misconduct and also played poorly for a team that gave up 3 draft picks to get him. Why are fans booing him? Is it one? Is it the other? Is it both? I don't know. But unless he all of a sudden reverts to a form better than anything we've ever seen from him, I don't think the booing's ever going to stop. And I don't think fans really should stop booing him. I understand why they boo him.
They should go out there and win.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you go 3-0. That booing will stop.
I wonder. Yeah. No, it might, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know that it would.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You think because of the off-the-field stuff?
Because of the combination of it, yes. Okay. Yeah. Because
they go 5-0. You think they still booing that man?
I think some people would.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it'd be forgotten, Whitey.
Yeah. Of course, it depends what he does in the 5 wins. But, if he plays out of his mind at some point, yeah, the booing probably will stop.
Yeah, start cheering, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kick off. If they go 2-0, 3-0, man, all of that stuff will go out the window.
We may never know because I don't think they'll do that, but I don't think it would. I think it's too. Yeah, I think it's too
deep.
I think it's too ground into this part of the fabric of fans right now. They can't stand the guy.
Winning doesn't cure all, is what you're telling me.
I don't think it would. I mean, it would be interesting to see. Wow, it's a great test of that theory. Maybe you're right.
Man, I'd be very interested to see it. I'm interested. Go 3-0, Browns. I don't even know who you guys play. Go 3-0. Let's just see how it works. Because y'all ain't stopping nobody when it really counts.
We also had this from Dan Orlovsky. I know I mentioned this a couple times here today already, but Orlovsky today on ESPN said of the decision to start Deshaun Watson, quote, "I am shocked. I feel awful for the fans of the Cleveland Browns. I have no idea how you could witness what you witnessed in that press conference, the one, not today, but the previous one where he took shots at fans, and it not be a part of your evaluation and decision. I think the world of Todd Monken. I think he's a great coach. I think the world of Andrew Berry, and I think he has put together really good football teams. I have no idea how they can make this decision. Browns fans should not go to games." So to me, that's a not that veiled shot at ownership. And he's saying, this is a ludicrous decision to start this guy. It's disrespectful to your fans to make this player who said these things your starting quarterback. That's what Orlovsky is saying. And I agree with him, Jay. And he's not going to go 2-0. And he's not going to go 3-0. And I don't think the booing is ever going to stop. But I'll tell you this. One scout says, you know who is going to be really good this year And if so, not good news for 49er fans. We're back with that next on Sactown Sports.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
So, I need hamburgers, sodas, ice, and a DJ.
A DJ?
Relax, Pa. With T-Mobile, we're saving when we bundle home internet and phone lines.
Oh, wow.
Here to bundle and save big. Stay connected con tu gente with 4 lines from T-Mobile with fast, easy to set up 5G home internet and save up to $1,000 a year. Switch now on T-Mobile.com/conectate. Savings based on third line free via monthly bill credits. Internet discount with $15 in monthly bill credits and auto pay discount. Qualifying credit required. Credits will stop if you cancel any lines or change plans. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, all beds are on sale during our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe, plus free delivery on any mattress. Ends Monday, only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Hey, Sactown, High Flyer here. Something big is coming. On September the 2nd, DraftKings Games Day arrived a massive deal, exclusive deals, and all-day celebration built for fans in sports. The countdown has begun. One app, every sport, all 50 states. DraftKings Game Day is yours. Remember the date, September the 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season, new era, and big day in sports history. Get pumped. Get ready to celebrate new DraftKings customers. Sign up with code Sactown. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That code, once again, Sactown. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Event trading offers by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Tradings involve risk of loss, market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 every 7 days via click to claim issued in non-withdrawable prediction dollars that expires in 1 year. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
Order up, Sacramento.
And for you, sir?
I will have the gabagool. The dinner bell rang, and it's time to find out what's on the menu.
Lunch? Oh, you gotta be kidding. Lunch is for whips.
So fire up the grill and crank up the burners, because it's time to find out what's cooking on the Drive Guys.
Give me all the bacon and eggs you have. Do you understand?
Here's Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles.
I'll have what she's having.
Today's dish is one that many will not find very tasty, but I feel like it's one that we have to serve because we're all about serving the truth here. Bucky Brooks, NFL.com. Former NFL player and scout. Jay, he has a piece here. Says he's got a true Super Bowl contender in 2026 plus 3 paper tigers. I'll give you his paper tigers first. Again, Bucky Brooks is a former player and scout.
But cool guy, too.
Is he?
Yeah.
He says 3 potential paper tigers. Not ready to swallow up all the hype and optimism this season on these teams. Green Bay Packers are one of the teams. He says paper tigers, Jay.
Paper tigers. I agree.
Los Angeles Chargers.
Paper tigers.
Paper tigers. And the third and final, Bucky Brooks, paper tiger, the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh, I don't know if I agree with that one.
Well, I know you're not going to agree with this because Bucky Brooks says the team that is a true Super Bowl contender says they're an eternally hyped franchise that could actually live up to the billing in 2026. 2026, he writes, is the year the Cowboys reemerge as true Super Bowl contenders. Okay. No, Jay! No!
I might have to text Buck and see if he want to come on and defend that, man. Right, is that for real or are you just playing?
I'm not playing. I don't play like that.
What? What does he say? Break it down for me, champ.
Here's why. He says, here's why. Dak Prescott is an underrated MVP candidate.
I agree with that.
He says Dak's detractors will point to the Cowboys' big game failures as a reason to dismiss his candidacy. But he says four-time Pro Bowler has been a spectacular performer with Brian Schottenheimer by his side. He also says the Cowboys' unstoppable offense is even better in 2026. He says last year the offense was a nightmare to defend with Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Pro Bowl tight end Jake Ferguson. He says they have enough firepower to produce big plays on vertical or horizontal routes. The catch-and-run concepts featured prominently on Dallas's call sheet allow Pickens, Lamb, and Ferguson to pick up chunk yardage on low-risk, high-percentage passes that keep the offense on schedule. I don't like telling you this, Jay, but I feel like I must. He also says opponents paying too much attention to the Cowboys' aerial assault, susceptible to punishment by the ground attack, with Javonte Williams excelling on runs between the tackles. I don't like this at all, Jay.
I ain't heard too much about that defense being the best.
Christian Parker, says Bucky Brooks, is quietly building a real defense.
There we go.
Says Bucky Brooks. He says they struggled through a pair of one-and-done seasons with coordinators Mike Zimmer and Matt Eberflus. The Cowboys lured the 34-year-old Parker away from the rival Eagles. First-time play caller takes over a new and improved unit with talent added to each level this offseason. With a collection of experienced studs playing in a scheme that showcases movement at the point of attack, Parker will lean on the extensive knowledge of the veterans to build a plan that maximizes the overall talent of the defense. I don't like this, Jay, but it's starting to make a lot of sense. Given the Cowboys' high-powered offense, the defense's new tactics and talents could create problems for opponents chasing points in shootouts. In a league where the complementary football rules, Parker's defensive prowess is exactly what the Cowboys need to make an unexpected title run.
Title run?
Come on!
Man, please. Title run.
That's what Bucky Brooks says.
Their defense
clickbait
is a lot. Well, let's flesh it out a little bit.
Okay.
Their defense definitely has some better names on it this year, for sure, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, Quinnen came over, got Kenny Clark, who's the defensive end, nose tackle. They run a 3-4 as well. Rashawn Gary, everybody remembers him from Green Bay. Von Miller.
Von Miller, yeah.
I just signed. D. Winters, we obviously know him. Former 49er. You got Malik Hooker, Duren Bland, Caleb Downs, Jalen Thompson in the backside. I think they'll definitely be better up front.
High Q defenders with a knack for playing the ball, Jay. That's some of the names you just mentioned.
I'm looking for that person on here.
He says Kobe Durant and Jalen Thompson, free agent signees. High IQ defenders with a knack for playing the ball.
Yeah, I'm not seeing that. I'm seeing Hooker there. Duren Bland has been a good corner since he's been in the game.
You don't agree with a lot of this. You don't agree with him saying the Bills and Chargers are paper tigers?
No, I think the Chargers for sure, not the Bills, though.
And the Packers, you said you're with them?
Packers for sure. Yeah, Packers, Chargers, definitely paper tigers. The Bills aren't paper tigers because you got Josh Allen. You just can't write off Josh Allen. He's the type of guy that can carry a team through the fire, through the storm, through the winter, sleet, snow, rain, summer, whatever you want to do. When you got that type of quarterback, I'm not saying
more now.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm not saying he can't falter, stumble, because it's happened. He hasn't won anything. But we've also seen him with, teams that should win a Super Bowl. We've also seen him with teams that shouldn't be close, and he's pretty much worked his magic in all different realms. So I just think Josh Allen's too talented for him
I
to
think
be put in there.
Yeah, to me, their defense is not what it once was.
No, it definitely is not.
Their defense is pretty average.
Taylor Rapps and all that of the years are gone, for sure. I get that. But I think James Cook being added, played very well last year. To me, they're still there. And I know Bucky's saying they're not going to be good. He's not saying that. He's just saying as far as Super Bowl contenders. It's hard to put away. I think he's the best quarterback in the league. It's just hard to say no when you have the best person at that position in the NFL. You just never know what's going to happen, right? Especially injuries and things like that. I'm not really sold on what the Patriots are yet because I need to see it one more time. Not saying they're not going to be good. I could also see them not making the playoffs.
Bills are a playoff team that will be knocked out of the playoffs by the Bengals. Write that down.
Okay, put it on the table.
The Cowboys, I just don't want to believe this.
No, well, you're not supposed to. You can't believe something.
I am a believer in Dak.
I know you are a huge fan of Dak. I would say this. The same argument goes here, and I'm going to try to, parallel both the conversations. When we're talking about the 49ers and some of the things that they pop out and say, it's hard to believe it, right? And then normally with the 49ers, the truth is shown. Somebody is really hurt. They weren't hurt. They were just playing, cat and mouse games. Whatever the 49ers feel like they need to do, we normally see the truth by about this time. Maybe next week. That's the same thing with the Cowboys. We're always consistently hearing about how good they're going to be, and this is the year and everything else.
Oh, Jay, that would be unbearable. This is a fan base, the Dallas Cowboy fan base. They pick up a first down, and how about them Cowboys? We're back. We're back.
No doubt they're going to be in a playoff run, but championship contender?
2nd and 7, they pick up 4 yards.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys?
True. The coldest part is one day it's really going to happen.
I know.
One day it's going to happen. The Cowboys
correct.
are going to be good. They're going to be close to winning the championship. I'm just willing to say to Double B, it ain't going to be this year.
Get him on and tell him
I'm going to text him. I'm definitely getting ready to text him.
Because I admit, I'm starting to get a little rattled.
Come on now.
No.
Here we go.
I'm starting to get a little rattled.
A little smoke
Jay,
on the
that's
feet.
not like me.
Yeah. Got a little fire on the feet.
That's not like me.
Now you ready to turn your back on the whole league and think the Cowboys about to win it?
When we come back, welcome home tonight to a local legend. We'll wrap it up with that next. Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. For your Monday, we'll enjoy mostly sunny skies, and it feels quite warm. Daytime highs to peak in the mid-90s before sliding back into the low 60s overnight tonight with a cooling Delta breeze. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Freedom is an unclogged toilet. Right now, get any drain cleared for just $17.76, plus a full camera inspection. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. Must have accessible clean out. License 696-355.
Hey, it's Flo here to say drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Nice. With my new savings, I'll get some hiking gear. It'll be great for my outdoor era.
I don't know if it counts as an era if you just buy stuff.
I got a cute hiking backpack. It's an outdoor era.
Well, you only bought one thing. I don't think it's an era.
Well, I think we're in a agree to disagree era.
Yeah, sure, you're probably right. Anyway, with the money you could save by switching to Progressive, you can afford to switch to other things in life. It's
my savings era.
Also, everything you do is not an era.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Truck started slow. Battery might be toast.
Slow starts are the first sign of heat damage to your battery. We'll test it, no charge.
Thanks. And if it is dead?
We'll set you up with a new, fully warranted battery, some up to 5 years, and we'll recycle the old one.
Thanks for the rundown. Lead the way.
Get free battery testing, charging, and recycling at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
For 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember,
For the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Skeeter here, my card. Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. I never met a Culex terrasalis I didn't want to smack. That's Latin for mosquito. Hey, it's time again to fight the bite. Time to protect yourself from West Nile virus by applying insect repellent. Once a week, drain stagnant water and report dirty green swimming pools. Ew. They're breeding grounds.
The Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite.
My card never gets old.
For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
The groundbreaking advanced FUE treatment from Advanced Hair is finally here in Sacramento and the Bay Area. Some of you might have a receding hairline or thinning, or if you're lucky, a bald spot. Thankfully, you no longer have to travel far to get the very best in hair restoration. Advanced Hair has decades of experience using breakthrough technology that regrows your own natural hair, even in the places where it's disappeared for years. It's a simple one-day treatment, and your new hair, it begins regrowing the very next day. And the best part, it's guaranteed to grow for life. In celebration of Advanced Hair's grand opening in Sacramento and the Bay Area, get special financing, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Schedule your free consultation to find out if you qualify. 916-314-HAIR. The best team in technology and hair restoration are finally here. 916-314-HAIR, or become inspired with before and afters at advancedhair.com.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave.
What's up? It's Matt George.
What's good? It's Alan Stiles.
With the most trusted voices in the community.
This is Jason Ross.
Hey, it's Kayla Anderson.
It's Whitey Gleason.
Ready to help promote your business, both as partners and customers. All you have to do is ask. Pick up the phone, dial pound 250 and say, grow my business. To get connected with a team member today, that's pound 250 and say, grow my business. Our team will review your product, quickly pair you with a perfect endorser, and create video and audio samples, all at no cost or obligation to you. With the most live and local on-air lineup, a dynamic content-driven website, and a state-of-the-art mobile app, Sactown Sports 1140 is tailor-made to help you connect with a sports audience in Sacramento. So why wait? Dial pound 250 today. Say, grow my business, and let us help take you to the next level.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It's the energy all around you.
Lightning and the thunder.
The thrill of the moments to come. The flash of lights. The rush of pure exhilaration. The roar of the crowd. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder. Lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
I'm not the biggest fan of everything ESPN does these days, for what that's worth, but I'll tell you what, here's one that I think they got right. They have inducted the first class in the ESPN Fantasy Football Hall of Fame. That's a good idea. ESPN Fantasy Football Hall of Fame honors the best players and acknowledges the most memorable moments since the advent of their game in 1995. The first year fantasy football was available on ESPN.com. So class of 2026 inductees, players wing Randy Moss goes into the ESPN Fantasy Football Hall of Fame. First career, 3,467.34 career fantasy points, 157 total touchdowns. I coached him in a celebrity basketball game once.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. He just stared at me. I told him what to do. He didn't necessarily do it. He just looked at me. Yeah. But in the moments wing of the ESPN Fantasy Football Hall of Fame, Jamal Charles.
Okay.
For what he did week 15, 2013, which was December 15th, 2013. 59.5 fantasy points, 20 rushing yards, 195 receiving yards, 5 total touchdowns.
Yeah.
Jamal Charles in the ESPN Fantasy Football Hall of Fame. Jay, I think that's a really good idea.
I'm with it. I love it. Good form. Mm-hmm. Randy, Jamal, anybody else?
Not yet.
Okay,
Those are the first two inducted.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here's two.
I'm not the biggest
more.
fantasy football player. I don't think you are.
No. Yeah, I'm out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hopefully they induct about 3 more or so.
Mm-hmm.
5 more.
Can I ask why it doesn't do it for you? I'll tell you, for me, I enjoy the games more when I'm not fidgeting and always worrying about, I see a score. Whoa, did my guy score? I just enjoy football more when I'm not worried about my fantasy team.
I never got the concept of rooting for somebody that I dislike to be good. Like the whole conversation of I need 49ers are going against the Seahawks and there's Russell Wilson. I need Russell to throw for 3 touchdowns and run for 1, but I need the 49ers to win. It don't work like that. It's the same conversation as just what you talked about. Somebody hits a home run and they're coming around the base and you give them a high five. Nah, where I come from, sportsmanship is all fine and dandy, but I ain't got, for my competitor, no love. 0. Out. You always mention if they keep a score, you want to win.
Right.
That's it. Yeah, so I never got the concept of rooting for other teams' players and not mine. Gotcha. If I was do fantasy, I'd be all 49ers, which means I would lose. So why invest the time, the effort, and sometimes monetary funds into that? I'm good on that.
You're a fan of football.
Yes, sir. I just said it differently than you.
Yeah, the game of football.
Of course.
Yeah. You got some people, and if that's how you enjoy it, great. But remember, I think you were sitting there, and we had a former boss of ours, Brian, and I think he's back in Atlanta now. Great guy. Yep. He came in, and I think as he was walking out, we were on the air, and I asked him, how many fantasy teams did you have at one time? And I think he said 11.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you keep up with that?
I don't know.
And it's too much work. That's the other thing about it, too. Is you got to constantly, scour the waiver wire. And then have you ever
want to win?
Yeah, you have to be, right? You got to propose trades, got to look at trades that's thrown to you. And then, there are some fantasy football leagues that are very serious. And if you're not up on your team, you're not making moves, you're not paying attention to trades. I tried it a couple times. It's like, oh, I forgot to even change my lineup. Oh, that dude's on a bye, man. My bad. I forgot. And then people get mad at you. Like, come on, man. He's going against Jay, and Jay not even paying attention to his roster. It's like, you know what? You're right. It's too serious for me, big dog.
I understand. A lot of people love it. Love it.
Yeah, they do.
Just, I enjoy the games more when I'm not playing the fantasy football.
Yeah, I'm out on it. Hey, listen, to all the folks that do, much love.
Yeah, absolutely. Because a lot of drafts are coming up, right? A lot of drafts are coming
up.
We'll
throw a fantasy person on probably this week.
Will.
Yeah,
Marcus Grant from Vallejo, California.
Love Marcus. That's my guy. I shoot him a text too. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did it big.
High. That's right.
Attaboy. NFL Networks,
about Sac's Tasty Hot Dogs on Springs Road. If we have to, yeah. Also, want to welcome home tonight. Local legend. I know we talked to his dad earlier. We had Mark Kreidler on. If you remember Mark, you're a fan of Mark, he has a lot of fans. I'd suggest you check that out on our YouTube page. Really exciting night for the Kreidler family. Brian's been a major leaguer now for a while. It's not like he just reached the majors, but this is his first time playing at Sutter Health Park as a major leaguer. Sutter Health Park, where he played when he was a high schooler at Davis High. So this is a really cool night tonight, and found out Ryan is in the starting lineup. Batting, I believe he'd be playing shortstop, batting ninth tonight for the Twins. So I hope I can be forgiven if I'm not pulling for they're not even Sacramento's team, but for the A's tonight, Jay.
Got to pass, brother. Straight hall pass, man.
Right.
Do what you need to do. When it's family over everything, right? So, no, you got nothing but love. Salute, congratulations to Ryan doubling down here in Sacramento and playing his first professional game here. And that's pretty dope, man. I have nothing but respect and honor for people who get to the highest level in all sports. It is not easy. It is not. I tell people all the time, baseball is the hardest job I've ever had. There is so much that is demanded of you to get to a certain level, and there's so many outside factors that can, trip you up or dictate why you didn't get to the highest level. And so it takes skill, it takes talent, it takes luck, it takes blessings, it takes so many factors for a person to make, the league, right? And you always hear people always talk about, oh, man, he's in the league, he would give folks the business. I'm also a firm believer there's other people on walking the streets that give people the business in the league because I've seen it. But you got to give them super respect, man. It is difficult, especially in baseball because there's just so many levels that you must that you must defeat to get to the big boss.
And so many variables. And as Mark said, you try to control the things that you can control, of course, and not worry about the things you can't. But in baseball,
this is the story of the one.
In baseball, so much of it is the things you can't control. They're everywhere, which is kind of how life is. But anyway, big night tonight for the Kreidler family and for fans of Ryan Kreidler. Nice to see local guy.
Ooh, where's the Twins jersey?
Well, I didn't ask for one.
Now, this is what you should do. I know this is a little bit out of your character.
I don't know.
This is a little bit out your character.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll shoot Mark a text on the back end and say, my boy Stretchy B, I know we both know this is not his flavor. He doesn't really get down like this. But he might feel blessed if you just, shot him a line to Ryan Kreidler's jersey.
I don't even know if Mark has one. He probably has one.
Oh, come on, man. He's got multiple. Mm-hmm. He's probably got so many. He's like, I don't even want them no more. Mm-hmm. Because how many Twins jerseys can you have? I'm pretty sure he had a Cubs jersey, too.
Tigers
He's got to have. That's a Twins. And Tigers.
Yeah.
And
you said Cubs. He was drafted
by the Cubs, right? Yeah. And UCLA was where I was trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's one of the cool things about having a team in town. And hopefully we'll have a team another year. And as the best news, Mark Kreidler believes that we will have baseball next year.
I'm off of that.
A lot of hooing and hawing and gnashing of teeth and pulling the hair. But I hope he's right. He says baseball is doing so well that the powers that be, they may be greedy, but they're not stupid, and we will have baseball next year. We have baseball tonight. If you get a chance, say hi tonight. Thank you, Jay. Thanks for being with us. We're back with you tomorrow. Stick around. More great sports talk to come. Thanks for listening to The Drive.